me turn that off. Hail, traveler.
How are you doing?
Doing good.
Good morning.
Greetings and salutations.
I did it. I snuck back into an Arcadum game. Yes. Yes.
He's sneaking, he's sprinting, he's running.
Natural 20, boys.
Good day, chat.
Let's see. We need, we're missing 2 of you. Looks like Pesley said he's going to be 10 minutes, and I haven't heard from Sequisha at all.
Uh-oh.
Ominous.
Uh-oh.
Sure, and then he went Korean on Discord, so
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm not worried about it.
hopefully.
I have
Hi,
this...
Ziggy. Nice to meet you officially.
Nice to meet you officially too. I've watched a fair bit of your content. Both of
I've
you,
watched a
actually.
lot of your content. I'm a huge Path of Exile player in hardcore.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I got a
Excellent.
level
Thank you.
95 Exsanguinate running right now. And
Oh,
I
nice.
just ripped an L strike build really stupidly, but yeah, trying to establish my street cred for being in this group, but I don't come close to either of you, honestly.
Also, users, I'm a fan of you. I've seen your content.
I'm a big fan of you, Ziggy.
Oh, thanks, Iz.
I want to
So
hang out
good.
IRL again soon.
Sure is a lot of happiness.
Arcadum's like planning how to destroy us. I'm gonna have to lower this down a couple levels.
Sure is an awful lot of good feelings here.
It'd be a shame if somebody.
Ziggy was one of the first people I met on Twitch.
Aw.
Really?
Yeah. He helped me loads and start. Give me loads of good advice, too.
It has been my pleasure. And we've played kind of tabletop games before as well.
Yeah.
Different style. Looking forward to this one.
Oh man.
Oh, my good.
We're vibing too hard.
No. I'm just. I've got everything. There's a couple of moments before we actually start, where I have everything in place, and I'm just like, good. Everything is where it should be.
Good.
Good. It's going to be awesome. I love session zeros, man. They're a lot of fun.
I have no concept of what I'm gonna play yet. Like actually zero.
Well, remember that whatever you play, it will be a refracted soul.
Oh, that's.
Oh.
Oh wait, really?
Mhm.
Oh, even though it's cross continent.
Doesn't matter. It's based off the soul. So
Oh no, Arcadum, you're getting me more
Yeah, dude.
invested now. If I die, I lose both.
well, that's only in Violet Death, and that danger has passed. Asterix.
Yay!
Okay.
Yes, I played Wisp in Terran Vale. That was me. I'm
Watch
back.
out for Mauve Death.
I'm back,
Mauve
Smile.
Death.
I love freaking out, chat. What? Why is there an asterisk there? Why is that? But in either case, you still have a refracted soul because Wisp is an Azamar, so should still be alive.
Can you explain
She
what a
survived.
refracted soul is?
Say again?
Can you explain what a refracted soul is?
Oh, okay. So, since my world everything is connected and it's a persistent world, whenever you play more than one character in my world, those characters share the same soul, and it's known as a refracted soul because it's kind of like facets on a gem. Because that one soul belongs to more than one character, and the soul is the player. And it's a meta mechanic that allows me to do lots of different things. Like it allows me to, in the previous arc, it allowed me to add a lot more higher stakes to combat encounters and things like that. And it also allowed players to use their meta knowledge from other characters
Oh.
in character in a way that was applicable because the enemy that they were facing required that knowledge. So.
How does that work if a person plays 2 characters that are still alive? Has that ever happened?
Yep, and they've met each other.
Freaky.
Mhm. There's actually
There's,
there's actually a meta mechanic based off of what happens if they ever like fully like meet and all of that. And I had one player explore that a little bit.
That sounds erotic.
Well, I guess more than one player, but Whoops got probably closest to what the truth was, I think. But
Also, apparently I'm a little bit quiet. You might have to turn me
I
up on
turned you up
Discord
already.
a little bit.
I turned you up already.
Awesome.
yeah, it's
Hi,
super.
Sakisha.
So, oh, Sequisha, what's up, man?
Whoa, greetings.
Today.
I feel like so Wisp survived the final battle. That would be that's official. Oh,
Yeah.
that's super cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, I got epilogues written for most of the characters.
That's awesome. A cool little lore thing. I wasn't sure. Her status was in. Wasn't sure. It would be really cool. So she's like somewhere alive in the world right now.
Yep, she's
So
in. She's in
I could
Calcatesh.
potentially-
She's a part of a carnival, I believe.
That seems right.
Yep.
That feels right. If she ever comes back, I'll voice her and play her. I put a lot of I actually like got a voice coach for her and everything. It was so fun. It was a really cool role. It was like one of the hardest but like most enjoyable roles I've ever played.
Nodders. All right, and now we need Pestily, who said he's going to be
Mr.
here
Pestily.
soon, so that should work. But yeah, that's how Refracted Soul works. We're gonna go over a lot of different things for the world, maps, all that good stuff. Like it's
So excited, man.
today is a exposition explanation sort of thing.
Awesome.
So I think it'll be pretty cool.
I'm very excited.
I'm pogging into the infinite.
The first time I ever played D&D was actually like IRL, but like not like D&D in the sense of like, you know, like 3rd edition or something like that, like actual like basically LARPing. It was like one of my friends' brother was like probably like 15, 16, got all his friends together and they set up like a huge like adventure thing in the forest. So we like he guided us like a wizard, and we had like wooden swords, walked through the forest and went on a quest for like 6 hours. Super cool.
Good
Dark.
times.
And I was like 7.
I love how Zizzer is just telling a story about someone that made him do manual labor, and then they just like they made it into a role play. That just sounds like they made you go do stuff.
The wizard requires that you split these logs.
No, it was just a D&D thing.
The wizard.
Oh, yeah. My first like touch on any of this was Hero Quest. You guys.
Hero Quest is good shit,
Yeah.
man. Did Pestily just join with a cam?
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
no.
meant to have a cam? Oh, shit.
No, you don't have to. I don't care. I'm just saying.
Just like his crash camp.
He just walked in there. Hello, everyone.
He's just like the one guy sitting there. Like, you ever be that? Like, you join a Discord call and you're the one person with the cam on.
Yeah.
It had the cam symbol, like, you know, like, join with the camera. Like, so I thought everyone else had their cameras on.
We do, man. Turn it back on.
I was on a video call or like a call like I don't know, maybe like a month or two ago, and I thought their camera was on. I was like, hey, like your camera's on, dude. He's like, no, it's not mine. It turns out it was one of my like old Logitechs that, because there was like all just wires and shit, you know. I was like, what the fuck is that? It was like some Logitech that was dangling off the.
That's actually terrifying. Oh my god.
So just to be clear, guys, before we go further, I'm streaming at the moment. Is anyone else streaming?
Yeah, me.
Cool. So is it the Dungeons and Dragons category I go to?
Yes, sir.
My first day.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Mhm.
Do that now.
Awesome.
I would. Oh god, I can't. I gotta hold back. Sorry. I say statistically you'll get more viewers than just chatting, but Dungeons and Dragons is technically correct. It's up to you.
Just chatting it is.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Ruthless.
Eyes
I'll
wide,
shut up.
focused. Alrighty then. So, let's see. Chat. I know. I see you screaming for speech bubbles. Calm down. Okay. Thank you. All right. So here we go. So, hello. Let me just. Hello. I am Arcadum, and I will be your dungeon master for this grand adventure that we'll be setting off together. this is session 0. So this is the time that we have allotted in order to craft characters, learn about the world, learn how we play, all that good stuff. And hopefully, if everything goes well, we will be able to handle all of that today and get you scheduled for your actual game. But the first thing that we should discuss is schedules. And that is when we will actually start playing, what our time slot will be, and whether or not we can maintain that for the 10 sessions you guys will be playing. So that's number 1. So let's take care of that first, so we can make sure everybody's schedules line up, because that is, without that we cannot play. So let's see here. I am currently running my prologue games, and my prologue games should be. Let's see. My prologue games should be ending around mid-June. They have about 5 sessions left, 5 to 4 sessions left. So about mid-June is when those games will be ending. So anywhere from the 13th onward is probably where we're going to have to schedule the first session, and hopefully nothing gets in the way of that. Actually, you know what? To be safe, we should probably schedule it from the 20th onward. I think that would be safest, because I had 2 games miss, so I'm going to have to wiggle them in there somehow. Okay, so what day would you guys like to play?
Monday through Friday for me would be great.
Weekdays?
Just opening it up.
Mhm.
I can do weekends. I'm just like prefacing because I feel I have another job. So
It's a real
we-
job.
I mean,
Like all of us.
it's no, you got. You're putting me on the spot, dude. I have an office I gotta show up at. Otherwise, like people wonder if I'm dead. And so like Monday through Friday, it would be really good for me. I can do weekends, but I have to come in here to do it. And it would, but for you guys, especially this group, man, I'd do anything. So if that's where we end up, I'll still be there. Just saying.
Yeah, I
My
don't really
only
have a preference
proviso-
on days.
Yeah, I don't have a preference on days either. My only proviso is I live upside down, so it's currently
What?
5 a.m.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he's in Australia. He lives upside down. All right,
So,
that's okay.
Upside
That's
down
okay.
also.
I run for other Aussies, so
Excellent.
I got
Not-
you, fam.
Not earlier than now would be nice, I'll say.
We could push it later. So let's see. Right now I have a Wednesday slot at 6 p.m. filled up in Chapter 1, and I have. Let's see. Let me check the other one. Sorry, I planned this like 2 years in advance, so I'm making sure everything's just woke up. Okay. Okay. Hold on, I'm just making sure I got everything sorted out here. Okay, the Just Woke Up group is scheduled for. They want to play on Friday. So Fridays at 4 is where the VTubers want to be. So we got that locked in. And then that means Cole's group didn't get filled out here. I'll have to go check that. Hold on, I have to check this real quick.
Calculating.
Calculating. Let's see. Calculating. Calculatron. Okay.
Determining optimal D&D party.
Yep. And they were gonna meet on the 16th.
I'm being min-maxed.
I'm being min-maxed. Okay. Let's see. Ink and Blood. That's what their game that they chose was. So Ink and Blood wants to go on June 7th, which is a Monday at noon. Okay. So Mondays at noon, that's when they want to play. So as of right now, let me bust this open. Mondays, 12 p.m. CST taken, and Wednesdays at... I'm just making sure I don't double book anybody. Let's see, Wednesdays at... And the other one is the GTA 5 group, which is June 9th. Wednesdays at 6. And then Fridays at 4 p.m. CST for the VTubers. Okay, so if you look on stream here, Mondays from 12 p.m. CST for 2 to 3 hours, Wednesdays from 6 p.m. CST for 2 to 3 hours, and Fridays from 4 p.m. CST to 2 to 3 hours. Those are unavailable slots for me, and Fridays after that are probably not available because Callus Row happens then. So it looks like if we want to maintain a weekday, how do you guys feel about Mondays? Much later.
Mondays are good.
Much later.
What time CST is it right now?
Right now it's 2:14 p.m. for me. And we'd want to go later in the day so that our upside down person isn't destroyed utterly. So,
Thanks.
no problem, champion. Let's go for... How do you guys feel about 7 p.m. CST on Mondays? So 5 hours from now. 5 hours from now.
I'd love to not start later than 4 hours from now, because then it's like
I
midnight
see.
for me.
I see. So you don't want to go too late.
It's
So
also pretty late for me too. Yeah.
let's scale it back to how about 5 p.m. CST, which is 3 hours from now.
That would be perfect for me.
Sounds good. For
That's great.
That's
8 a.m. for
doable.
me.
Excellent. This fills me with joy. Okay, and I will adjust that now.
Oh my god, did we do it?
We did.
I actually can't believe we did.
That was really easy.
Yeah,
A little
I was
too
like,
easy.
I was like
Wait,
stressed about this. I was like rolling around in bed, like, oh my god, like.
I'd love to do even 1 hour before that if possible, but I can.
Oh,
I can
here we
make that
go.
work. I can make that work.
Okay,
still.
Scissoring.
I can make it
All
work. I
right.
figured it was too easy.
Okay, he's chaos orbing it, guys. Like he's rerolling the whole thing. Okay, all right.
All right.
Ziggy's getting up at 4:30 in the morning, but this is like, I don't want to stay up too late, you know.
All right. I'm gonna put our tentative start date, the 21st of June, at 5 p.m. CST will be session 1.
Cool.
That is the plan.
That works.
Oakley dokley,
Excellent.
neighborinos. Now. Okay.
That's Tuesday for us, Ziggy, just so you know.
Oh my god.
Yes, thank you.
If we end up settling on 4 too, I'm chill with that. That's fine. Just to.
Well, we can make minute adjustments, but now we have
Yeah.
the day and the relative time because the important thing is that it doesn't interfere with the other game that's slotted on that day. I'll have to pull double duty again on Mondays, but I'm already doing that, so it's not a big deal.
You'll be
Hey,
in
you
the
do a
zone.
crazy amount of campaigns.
It used to be a lot worse. So I used to run 9 simultaneous D&D games. Now I'm back.
And your brain didn't explode?
Negative.
Wow.
Although my body weakened slightly, so I had to pull back.
I bet.
So this time I've only got 5 games simultaneously at any one point. So let's talk about characters. So, who here has not played D&D at all?
Present.
All right, don't worry, we're gonna give you the full rundown there, champion. There's a lot to go over. Let's see here. So, first things first, I have my game setting is called Verum, and I will give you guys several nifty things to look at. So the first thing that we have is the continent you will actually be playing in is my eastern continent called Glaeus, and it looks like that. And you can kind of bring it up and take a little gander at it.
Oh, maps. Mm.
All right, and
Cool.
that is the continent of Glaeus. Specifically for Chapter 1, if you go ahead and zoom in, depending on go to where it says Titan's Eye, the big lake in the middle of all that. Depending on which campaign that you choose will decide kind of the rough area that you'll kind of start in, but you will be within that mountainous area. So you might be more towards the Wandering Wheel, or you might go on the edge of Black Hollow. There may even be a chance that you'll kind of go along the tree lines on the edge there, possibly even Bowlock, which is that city to the east there, that also known as the City of Bells. So it depends on which campaign that you choose.
The left side of the island looks so cool. It looks like a dragon or something.
Yep, the Dragon's Mouth. Yep, that's called the Flowing Lands, and that's where the prologue takes place.
So cool.
Yep, and we continue to head further east with the grand spotlight of the games. The further and further we get. So that's the general area that you get to more or less kind of start in. So there is a lot of stuff to go over. Can one of you artists do me a favor and relink the Google Drive with all the concept art for me, please, so I can show them? Thanks.
How long would it take to walk from one end to the other, like horizontally?
Well, Glaeus is 3 times the size of Calcatesh. So Calcatesh on horseback would take you approximately 3 months to cross from one side to the other. But the thing about Glaeus, and this is the very important thing to point out, although Glaeus may be 3 times the size, they have a very useful form of travel by using the winds. So here's a unique thing about this continent, is that the winds in Glaeus are so strong and so reliable and predictable that they actually form skyways. And the people of Glaeus long ago did not develop horseback riding and stuff like that in order to travel, although there are mounts. They developed kites. Kites allow one, much like in Avatar, The Last Airbender, his kite thing, you strap a kite to your back and you literally fly in the air when you travel in Glaeus using the wind currents, because they're always the same and the winds are always strong. So that's how many people actually travel long distances in Glaeus, is that they use kites. And they kind of ride them. They kind of ride them like horses, kind of.
Wow.
Or not like on top of them, but like on their backs. But it's basically, instead of horseback riding and, stationing your horse, you have a kite. And it's like one of your most prized possessions because it's how you travel.
Sweet.
And that's kind of how all that works. There are also some races, such as the Terran, which have wings and they don't need kites because they can just literally fly. But anyway, the point is that's the rough size that you're looking at. Now, I know this is a lot of information, so if it's ever too much, let me know and I can try to disseminate it further. But this is the continent that you'll be playing on. Now, there are 2 continents that you can choose to be from, and now we're going to get straight into character creation. So this is the continent of the West. Sorry about that link. It's huge and weird. But this is the continent in the West known as Calcatesh. I know it says Vera on the bottom right, but that was because it was the first map made. That is the West. And that is the continent that Devin previously played on. And you can choose to be from either continent. The choices between those two will give you access to a different set of origins, and there are some classes that are not available in one continent to the other. The most notable is the fighter class is completely different if you are from Glaeus. If you are from Glaeus, you are always a samurai, and you get a whole new list of abilities, a whole new list of orders to be from, all of that. So every fighter in Glaeus is a samurai. The fighters from Calcatesh are more European-esque knights, and they have different rule sets. And that's how that works. So now we go to the important links that you will need in order to make a character. This first one is called 5e Tools, and it is a repository of all 5th edition in a very awesome website that lets you use it easily. We'll go over that later as we need it. You'll also need these 2 quick character creation guides. The first one is if you are making a character from the West, and it is the standard character creation chart. And this next one is if you are from... Oh, excuse me. That's the one for the West. And this is the guide if you are from the East, meaning that you are from Glaeus. Now, I know that's a lot of charts there, so we're going to kind of go over it. On each of those charts, if you look down at the bottom, you can go to the sheets, and it shows you like the races You know, it shows you deities, origins, all that kind of stuff. We're going to go over all of that together, and we're going to make our characters together so that nobody gets left behind. Aye? Everybody with me so far?
Hi.
All right,
Yep.
then. So, let us begin. As an added bit of information, my recent rise to prominence allowed me to actually have concept art made for all the Glaeus options because I have a whole artist team that supports me now. So while there isn't any concept art for the West, all of it's still available for play. It's still pretty dynamic, but I actually have concept art for the for the Eastern options that I can show you, like so you can literally visualize what it looks like.
That's
All
so
right.
cool.
Yeah. So let's go over this. First up, we have our races. So when you choose a D&D character and you try to make one, there are three things you choose: your race, which is what you are; your class, which is what you do; and your origin, which is where you're from. Because in my game world, where you're from or where you know grew up or your development or whatever geographical location is special to you has an impact on your mechanical abilities as well as a little bit on your personality. So something like that to keep in mind. But first, we're going to start with races. So if you go to each of the character creation guides, go down the bottom and click races. So that way you have all the races in front of you. There are many, many to choose from. On the western side, you've got all the standardized races. You've got humans, elves, gnomes, giantkin, skinwalkers, dwarves, halflings, greenskins, dragonborn, plain touched, lizard folk, fae, and then a couple of other specialty races. All of those there should be listed. If you have a question about what any of those races are, I can explain their backstory a little bit to you and kind of what they are. But many of these are going to be more standardized to what you might be used to in playing games like World of Warcraft, playing games like, you know, even Path of Exile to a certain extent, all that kind of stuff. So all of that should already kind of, some of these you're going to be familiar with. You know what an elf is, most likely. You probably know what a dwarf is, but you might not know what a furbolg is, and that's okay. You can ask any questions you want. There's also a list of stats on the side that kind of give you what they're geared towards, and then they have proficiencies and special abilities later. For the Glaean side, if you go to the Glaeus one, there are humans, elves, Yozai, Terran, Gekoi, and Hoask. Now, to be clear, you don't have to be from the West or the East to be any of those races on either of those two scales. That is just simply where those races are from. So you could be, like for example, you could be a Hoask who was born in the West or something like that. But generally speaking, choose which side that you want to be on in that regard. Because the only thing that's limited from East to West are class choices and origins. I have concept art of all these different races on the Glaeus side, though. And if you want to see it, if you like leaning towards one of those races, let me know. So let's start with races, and I will have your list here of what races you want to choose. So go ahead and give that a read, and let me know if you have any questions.
So I see there's several things like plane touched and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the most similar thing to like a celestial being?
Celestials are Asmars. Because the plane touched
Oh.
represent those that are touched by the elemental planes, by the hells, like the Abyss and Abaddon, which are the Tieflings, or Tieflings, whichever you want to call it, and then Asmars, which are touched by celestial beings. They have celestial blood.
I have such a cool idea now.
My chat keeps picking on me saying I should be something short.
Where's the class list?
Class list
for
is a
Glaeus?
different. Class list is okay. So for Glaeus, that's something I'm gonna have to go over in bits and pieces because that's still in my
Okay.
my documentation. But
So,
but to answer your question, Devin, actually I think I can just go over real quick. So for classes, Devin, the samurai,
Yeah.
are completely different. They use a focus system, all this kind of stuff. There is
yeah.
a demon slayer known as the Onimetsu, which hunts demons with paper tags, and it's a ranger subclass.
So cool.
There is the faithless cleric, which uses the belief in oneself, and then there's a couple other ones like there's ninja and shinobi and stuff like that. It's really up to whatever you want to do here. I can send you the document though.
Yeah, please. I'm taking mad notes, man. That's awesome.
Okay, let
So,
me.
could you explain when it says Asimar, it says like Fallen, Protector, and Scourge. What does like Fallen mean?
Those three are different types of Azamars. Like a fallen Azamar is one who is, like, for example, if your celestial blood was from an angel who was consumed by vengeance. It's like a darker angel. Protector and Scourge kind of represent different. Basically, those three sub races are aspects of what kind of celestial's blood is inside of your character. It's a manifestation
So,
of their mechanical power and their aesthetic, like what
so
they were.
did a Asimar Fallen used to be just a regular Asimar?
No, I think those have always been there, the sub races.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no. He's saying did you start off fallen? Like were you
Yeah,
born that way?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
what I mean. Like,
Oh, so
it could
it's
could part of my story be like how I
Yeah,
fall or like
sure.
if I fall?
absolutely you can do that. That's fine.
Oh, that sounds great.
There's like varying levels. So Wisp was an ASMR, but didn't really, well, just like was more like human. Like actually, it almost never came up in Terran Vale, and so like you could play, I think, on either side of the spectrum where you're like very invested in that history or almost not at all.
Yeah, it's up to however much you want to do it. It's all good.
I have like a great storyline in mind for my character already now.
There you go, Devin. Those are my notes so far.
Hell yeah, dude! Thank you. What the heck is an ODF? ODT? You just send me like is this Hacker Man, dude?
No. That's
No, I'm kidding.
okay. You should be able to. You should be able to open it in Word.
Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it on Google Drive. You're good. Just giving you shit.
I use LibreOffice because I think it's better.
This guy with his old tome, some Warhammer shit coming out here, like.
So just to make sure I'm getting it, I could kind of think of Asimar as like a normal type of angel, sort of, and Asimar Fallen as like a fallen angel, right?
Yeah, but remember, you're not a full angel in either case. You're you're half.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's essentially it. Yeah.
Can we see
Perfect.
some race concept art? I would love to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a visual learner.
I got you, champ. Here you go. Let me get this open. So I only, like I said, only have concept art for the East right now. So unfortunately, but there's plenty of fan arts of other characters from the West. If you want to see it, it'll take me longer to compile that. Here we go, though. Here is a link to the folder, but I'll also show it on stream to kind of give you an idea of it. So here we go. Let's go through it on stream here. So we'll start with races. We will start with the Glaeus humans. Let's start with them. So the humans of Glaeus, since it's my eastern continent, each of the 4 different subraces of human are sort of based off of the different culmination of the different eastern styles of culture. So I've got the northern humans, which are based loosely off of Mongolian cultures. Wait, where's the does this not have the official one? Where's the official rundown? Hold on. This one doesn't have all the pieces to it. Let me go find it. Because somebody did a full rundown of these. The one that has like all the male and females and like all of them in a line. You know what I mean, artists? Here, let me just go ask for it.
I've been sent to unofficial documentation. Oh.
Oh no. Yeah, because I think these are missing that. Yeah, we're missing that. So, hold on, let me sprint. Here it is. I think this is it. Here we go. Danke. This is incomplete to a certain extent. That's fine. So here we go. We have the northern humans. They're based loosely off of like the Mongolians. They're very tall, braided hair, very wide kind of people. They're thicker than the other ones.
So cool.
We have the Western humans in Glaeus, which are based loosely off of Polynesian, Hawaiian, the Pacific Islanders. They're tan. They use a lot of tribalistic tattoos, things like that. Then we have the south and east here. The southern humans are based loosely off of like Thai or Vietnamese or Filipino, like the Southeast Asians, that whole area there. And then the eastern ones are Chinese, Japanese, Korean. But they in Glass are very pale due to story reasons. But yeah, that's kind of what they look like. And their stats are, each of their stats are based off of a special short rest ability that those humans get on how they kind of like, on how they kind of basically how they rest, how they relieve stress. So the northern ones, they cook, so you can actually prepare a feast for your party. The southern, they sort of chant or hymn. They're very spiritual. The western humans get drunk with their friends. They just carouse and party a little bit. And the eastern ones meditate, and they all get like different abilities and effects, and it's very cool. So those are the humans. Next we have, are the elves finished? They are not. Okay, let me check the other one. The elves. So the elves are separated into 3 different subtypes, and the elves in the east are different from the ones in the west because the elves in the east literally have nature growing off of them. So think of things like,
Wow.
Their horns are literal tree branches, to give you an example. So they have nature growing within them. So here are some examples of some whitewood elves, which are the northern elves. They've got these antler trees. Their skin is like more like bark. And the manifestation of nature, on a elven character is completely up to your concept. Like, it doesn't have to be branch antlers, but that's just a common one that they drew the whitewoods with. Next one is the greenwood, which is like the middle belt. So you've got leaf hair, you've got maybe some vines, maybe like literal fruits or vegetables growing off of you, which is pretty cool. Okay, not that one. Don't show them that one.
Respectfully glancing.
Stuff like that.
I was like, why is chat saying booba? And I'm like,
Because this is the one where
They know.
one of them drew a Glean female with literal melons.
I love you, artist.
This one's
is
one
incredible.
of my favorites. I really like this.
That's so good.
Guy. This guy
That's
is
so cool.
sick. Yeah.
I don't know why. It makes me think of Irenicus a little bit from Baldur's Gate.
And then you have the Reedwood elves, which are the southern elves, and they live on the coast and on the rivers. So they're a little more water oriented. So they deal with like bamboo and reeds, and also a pompadour guy, which I thought was cool. But they're more like reeds and bamboo shoots and stuff like that. Shadow of Polaris really likes the Reedwood elves, so he gave me a shit ton of them in his really cool style. Yeah. Kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at here. And he did like 8. He did 8 of them. Like, what? That's a lot, Jimmy. But yeah, that's what the elves look like. And then we have the Yozai. So the Yozai are going to be a little more complicated to explain, because now I get to explain kind of about the spirituality in Glaeus, because they are directly tied to it. So the spirituality in Glaeus is different from spirituality in the West. In the West, people follow full-blown organized religions. They follow centralistic deities to those religions, and they're directly dedicated to them in like a structured sort of like triangular worship. Whereas in Glaeus, spirituality is far more evenly spread like across the entirety of the world, because in the West, the gods you worship don't appear before you. But in Glaeus, the yokai, which are the spirits of the world, literally appear before you. You could walk down the road and see one, like wildlife, kind of. So because of that, spiritualism is a lot more spread out and a lot more natural because of that. And the yokai, which are the catch-all term for these spirits in Glaeus, have 8 different categories for the different kinds of yokai that exist, and they have all sorts of things attached to them. But the yozai are a race, a playable race, which is the result of a yokai and a mortal's coupling. And the child is a person, it looks human, but they don't have any arms. They are born without physical arms, and while they are conscious, their arms manifest as spiritual arms, which represent their yokai parent. To kind of give you a, what the heck does that
that'd be
mean?
so nice when sleeping. You can just
Oh,
your
yeah.
arms just go away.
That's
You
true.
just lay comfortably on your side.
Yeah, they noodle it up. All right, let me see. Where are my yozai? Man, where's that? Does anybody have that yozai drawdown? Because there was a really good one. Also, I'm sorry about the lawnmower outside.
We can't hear it. It's blowing
Can't
the
hear
gate. Yeah.
Yeah, chat can hear it, I think.
Brr. Can they make their arms disappear when they're conscious as well, or?
Negative. They only disappear when they're unconscious.
Oh, okay.
That's still something I'm
Damn.
working on. So I don't know if I'm gonna let them do it or not.
You know that feeling when you're like falling asleep and you like abruptly wake up? That must be like terrible for that race. Like if you're like resting on your arm and you fall asleep and your arm disappears and you fall down.
Oh, what happens if the arm just like manifests in the middle of their bed? Do they just destroy their mattress if they wake up suddenly?
No, because
Well-
they only manifest to where they can be there.
Okay.
But here you go.
Alright.
Here is a rundown of what the yozai look like. And there are 8 different types. The obake, the kappa, the tengu, sukagami, the kentaro, the roku rokubi, the yamaba, and the yurei. And here you go. They're
Wow.
all kind of leaned out
So
there
sick.
for you. And that's basically what they look like. There's a lot more details that we can go over, but there's a lot to the yozai. But hopefully this visual representation kind of gives you an idea of what it looks like. And I'll post that for you in here.
Oh yeah, thanks.
But yeah, there you go.
Pretty cool.
And that's more or less what the yozai are. Next we have is the Tern. So the Tern are bat people. And they have wings along their wrists and arms. And this is a race that does not need kites to fly. They can literally just walk outside and use their wings to ride the winds.
I like how some DMs are like, no flying characters ever, because I've designed all my encounters around it. You're like, yeah, this entire nation flies. It's good.
Heck yeah. I really like this one. Let's see. There's
They
a
don't
lot.
drink blood, chat saying.
They're not vampires.
But can they
yeah.
drink blood if they want to, though?
I mean, I guess if you wanted to be a cannibal.
They're like the fruit bats or whatever.
There's a
Who
lot
did
of
all these
Terran art.
drawings? Was it just like
All-
fan art or?
Well, all of this is comprised of all the different artists in my community. Many of them they made their own Discord and they help me. They just crank out concept art for me to help me out. One individual really likes the turn, and he drew a shit ton of them. And his name is Nat20.
So epic. I love the art sessions at the end of your sessions where you show off the art that people make during the session.
Yeah, the
It's
fan
nutty.
art. That's a big one. That's a big one too. So, but yeah, this is just this is the concept art that they drew for me when I was going over what the races were, so that they could help me out. And this is more or less what the Terran looked like. Their sick wings and God, I really like this one. That one's awesome. So essentially, something else about them is that the Terran have a society that values knowledge and learning, and they kind of hold that above other things such as like courage or whatever. That's not to say that they're cowards or anything, but the general outlook of Terran culture, for their racial side, is that if you can't figure it out by talking it out and using your mind, then you failed, essentially. So,
Aw,
so,
good on 'em.
so they're a race of nerds. But to be clear, there's a lot of different aspects that we have to go over because your race can determine some aspects of your personality, but your clan is your family, and we're gonna go over that later. But anyway, these are just what the different Terran races look like. God, I forgot he did this anatomy thing. What the wings look like.
So dope.
Yeah.
He really, really likes them. But yeah, that's what the Terran look like. Next one down we have is the Gekoi. So the Gekoi are a race of lizard people. Specifically, they're more gecko than like straight lizards. They're more of they're I guess moistened in their skin and stuff like that. But the big thing about the Gekoi is that they are a more nomadic, mercantile-based race. For another example, if you played a lot of the Elder Scrolls, the Khajiit are very similar to them.
Oh.
They have a pretty standardized dimorphism where males have spines and females have feathers. And their tails, generally speaking, are prehensile, which means they can use them as a extra hand, kind of. And their tail is about as long as the rest of their body. So,
The Goka.
they are the Gekoi, and they are very
I
cool.
love them. I've been seeing frogs around. Are these distinct from the frogs that I see in chat when people are posting frogs in chat? Or are they a different race?
There is a frog race. They are known as Gripply, but they are from the west.
Ah.
Gripply's, believe it or not.
And then the last one we have is the Hoas.
Oh my god, David.
So the
Sorry,
so,
I'll see myself out.
so the Hoas are a race of kind of like yak people, kind of thing. Like they're like I guess you could think Tauren, but far less furry, because they're very humanoid. But they have horns and stuff, and they are a peace-loving, like very strong, very tall, very powerful race that just likes the simpler things in life. Their dimorphism is very straightforward, where male Hoasks have horizontal horns, and they are wider but shorter than their female counterparts, and the female Hoask have vertical horns, and they are taller than their male counterparts, but not quite as wide. And I really like this picture because it kind of shows how they decorate their horns for like a festival. It's really cool.
Yeah.
But this is more or less what the Hoask look like.
That's so cool.
So another thing about the Hoask is that they live in very tight-knit societies, and they absolutely abhor lying. Lying in the Hoas society is a mortal sin. And the act of lying can get you exiled from Hoas, from Hoas society and culture.
That's a fun RP challenge. Whew.
Yep. Oh, to be clear, it's not that they're incapable of lying, it's that lying is a mortal sin to them. So, if you are a Hoask liar, you're essentially a criminal. You're an exile.
An exile?
But it's only around their own race. Like they just lie like normal around everyone else.
No, they don't lie at all, and they abhor it when other races do it.
Okay.
But they don't hold other races to the high standard that the Hoas hold for themselves. So, like, if a Gekoi comes up and starts lying to a Hoas might backhand them, and they just won't deal with that person again, but that's probably where it'll stop. But if a Hoask lies, then they've betrayed their people. Kind of thing. That's their whole their whole thing. Lying is very bad.
You could also play them as very naive as well, I imagine.
That
they
too.
don't really understand other people lying.
That too, yeah. I mean, and because of that, it is actually somewhat easy to lie to a Hoask because they do not have experience with lying. Because of that. Unless they're like a worldly Hoask who's traveled a lot, or, there are exceptions, obviously, but generally speaking, they wouldn't be used to lying because lying is against their culture.
Arcadum,
Yeah.
are you willing to build out Amiyoji?
You want to be you want to be a Shinto wizard?
Thinking of it. But it just depends on what other people roll. But I'm thinking of the concept. Yeah.
Yeah, I can build that for you. No problem.
Hell yeah. Okay. That's a possibility.
Amiyoji's pretty sick. Alrighty, and that's pretty much it for the Eastern races, concept art wise.
Fantastic. So cool.
So for the Western races, like Asimar was one of the Western races, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing you didn't have any concept art for those?
Honestly, you could probably find that just Google searching. I mean, I
have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Do I get wings? Is the question.
Yeah, you can get wings. They'll
Oh my God.
they'll be vestigial till you get high enough level, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. They just need to be there for the cosplay, the appearance.
In-game cosplay.
He looks over in his corner. He's got a big pair of wings over there.
Ziz shows up, webcam on, giant pair of wings.
That'll be $48 for those wings.
Sword made of like the aluminum foil in his kitchen.
Like, I got these wings off of Wish.com, bro. Like, I gotta use these somewhere.
To answer your question in chat, I saw you ask. They're red. The difference between the Onimetsu and the Amiyoji is that the Onimetsu is a martial character that fights with weapons and trick weapons and stuff like that, and uses the tags to like augment their fighting. Whereas the Amiyoji fights with only tags and they're a full caster. That's the difference. Kind of like the difference between a paladin and a cleric.
What's your thoughts on Shinto cleric?
Shinto cleric is basically like the Amiyoji wizard, except they focus on summoning yokai. They are a summoning class.
Beneficial effects on the party, or like?
Oh yeah, I mean they're clerics. They still have all the things that clerics can do, like casting, bless, and shit like that. But their special, unique ability is that they can sacrifice spell slots to summon yokai onto the battlefield to fight with them.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Which is pretty sick, nasty.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is there any class restriction for Asimar?
Nope. Play what you want.
I was wondering if we could.
Oh, I should
have a look
say there's two classes you can't play: the Artificer and the Mystic. And it is because I have my own versions of those. And if you really want to play those, you can play the experimental ones. But yeah, those are the only two classes you can't choose. Anyway,
So I could be a paladin.
Yeah, you can be a paladin. Yeah, go for it. What was your question, Ziggy?
Could I work back from class and then select my race after I've kind of?
Oh yeah, you don't have to select that now. I'm just doing this one step at a time so that nobody's left behind.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I usually do class first too.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We can.
That's totally.
We can move on to class. No problem. Unless Pestley's a newer player. So do you have any questions, bud?
So my brain's just constantly going towards I want to be some sort of like plague doctor. So everyone's in my chat's talking about I should be like a necromancer.
Oh, if you want to play
And
a
then-
plague doctor, I can show you how to do that. There's
Done.
there's 5 different variants, I'd say,
Done.
that you could do. So lots of different ways you could do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty. Well, let's move on to classes then. So here's where we get to the complication. If you go to the 5e tools and click classes, you'll see a list of all the traditional classes that are normally available. Each of them are going to have subclasses. Each of them are going to have different tools and things like that. To be clear, I have my own version of classes from the West here, which I just linked, which those are different subclasses of the West. And I also have the Eastern classes that I'm working on. The best way that we can do this, everyone, is if you already have D&D experience, tell me about what you would like to do. And if you don't have as much D&D experience, tell me what you would like to be able to do. Like Plague Doctor, that's something I can work with, and I can walk you through the different steps. Also, I have to go to the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back.
Okay. You have my permission. You kind of inspired me personally. I was like, oh, maybe I can just say what I want to do, and Arcadum can make it for me.
Well, I can full cosplay that. I'm gonna build a full cosplay around it.
That's so cool.
If I've got a month, I got some time.
Yeah.
I thought he was
What do
gonna
you-
say to do it on Thursdays, and I was like, not Thursday, please, not Thursday. But anyway,
No, it worked out. It was good.
Yeah, it's good timing.
What are you all thinking of so far for like characters? Any ideas?
I don't know. You might copy me, so I'm gonna wait.
I have like
answer.
a full plan, which I don't know if you'll let me, but I want to basically like be an Asimar that is probably a paladin, and then worshiping two deities, like one good, one evil, and like the struggle, and like the part of the story would be like, will good or evil prevail in the end, like an inner
That's cool.
struggle.
I like that.
Yeah, it's badass.
Duality action. I was kind of inspired by that. I usually hate playing elves. I feel like elves are so lame, but these like tree elf things actually seem kind of cool, especially some of those art.
Yeah.
And I was like thinking, what about like some sort of tree elf who like cuts his own wood off and then carves it into runes? I love the idea of some sort of rune smith spellcaster tree
That sounds
person.
cool.
Then I'll have to ask Arcadum. Cuts his what off? Various appendages.
Written man. That sounds cool.
I don't know if Rune Mage might be a thing. I'm sure he can. His world's
You
so
what up?
insane. Like I feel like he has something for it.
Is chat saying I can't do runes? Are runes forbidden? He didn't say runes. Arcane didn't say runes or banned. He said we couldn't be an artificer, which would be like something I'd love to do sometime, actually.
He has some variation of it. It's his own thing. Yeah, I'm sure you can do it. I'm sure you can do it.
How long does a typical D&D session go for? Like 4 hours?
Arcadum sessions are shorter than a lot of the other ones. They usually run about 3 hours, and then art, which is kind of optional to stay for, but is super awesome because at the end of the campaign, like this community is like an insanely amazing group of the artists that will make like their own sort of like spin on your characters or things that happened in the campaign. And you get to stay, and like Arcadum shows all of the art that happened. They literally draw it during the session. So like by the end of the session, there'll be a whole bunch of art, and I actually like saved every picture of Wisp. Like there's all these like people drew like dozens and dozens of amazing pictures of Wisp for the previous campaign. So you'll have like all of this like these like other interpretations, and a lot of this stuff goes on to actually become merch, which you can find where chat because Arcadum right now has merch going right now. You can support Arcadum with !merch. Arcadum.link/merch. He'd be mad if he heard me saying this, but he's in the bathroom and he'll never know. You guys can go buy out all that shit right now.
Buy the merch while he pees.
And support Arcadum. Yeah. But so it's like typically like 3 hours, and then it's actually really good that we have a time slot that's outside of any other campaigns because we could run longer if we need to. It was cool.
Strategic.
It's perfect timing for me because it'll be the last half of my stream, so I can stay as long as we want.
That's cool.
But it'll be the end, which is cool.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. So,
nothing.
What do we got?
You just bought out your entire merch store, so everything's sold out. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
You rat.
We may have talked about the merch.
Jesus Christ.
Unconfirmed. Yeah.
Pestle's a dubber.
Oh man. Please don't. Not again. Oh god. All right. Anyway. Classes.
Okay, so
what do we need?
I was gonna steal Pestle's idea and be like, yo, make my character for me, Arcadum. Ideas. I loved the wood elf things, even though I usually hate elves. These bark boys got my attention.
Bark boys.
I love the idea of a bark boy who carves runes into his own wood.
Mm-hmm.
For some sort of magicking or something like that. Chat rioted a bit when I mentioned that, though, so I don't know what the deal is.
Ignore them.
Okay, good.
So essentially, if you mean like carved runes, and like there's different things you do. You could be an eldritch like rune knight, for example, an eldritch knight like a warrior who uses magic, and you could carve, your man. Honestly, that aesthetic concept could be applied to many different classes. Like you could apply that to like I said, an eldritch knight, a rune knight, something like that. You could apply it to a straight up wizard, and you just inscribed your spells onto your body. A sorcerer for the same effect. A warlock through a more insidious effect, if you'd like. Hell, you could even be a barbarian and be a scar seeker, and that is like the scarring on your wood is where you gain your power from.
Neat.
There's just a lot that you can do with that. So it's up to I guess we should probably start deciding what kind of leaning do you want to be. Do you want to be like a full caster that uses full magic? Do you want to use a weapon? Like what kind of thing you leaning towards there, champion?
I do kind of like your samurai aesthetic stuff vibes here, but
Yeah.
I also am pretty interested in maybe some sort of caster or something like that as well. Is there? I know some D&D stuff has some runey things though that are like more focused on the concept of runes mechanically.
Yeah, there's lots
Is
of
that a
stuff.
thing
with
here as
that.
well?
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Like for example, there are carven runes on your body for like, you know, straight up like Eldritch Knight is very focused towards that. There's even a Rune Knight version of it, but there's also the Onimetsu, which uses paper tags, but you could reflavor that instead of using paper tags, that you just use pieces of your wood with symbols on them that you can
Ooh,
pull off
that's
and
interesting.
cast.
That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I had this visual concept of my character before I had any other ideas, which is just that I would have like, have you ever seen the Australian hats with the corks dangling off them?
Oh yeah. Yes, I have.
That, but with like runes, or I like the idea of these like wooden tags made from my bark dangling off the hat.
I think that's totally cool, and I am totally down with that.
So what did you say that was with the
That is
they're usually
the
paper tags?
that is the Onimetsu, which is the demon slayer of the
Oh my
East.
god.
And that is a ranger subclass.
Okay. Okay. I love that idea.
If you like it and choose to go with it, I will find that to be deeply ironic to me, because I only have one other Onimetsu, and she is also Australian, and I find that to be very funny.
Would this be distinct enough, or because
Yeah.
I always worry that I'll trap on someone.
Oh
tread
no
on
no
them
no no no!
unrelated
Don't worry
toes.
about that. That's only positives. That's only positives. Like that's
Okay. All right. Cool.
that's only positive.
Perfect. All right. I think I have the concept down.
Oh, is that an Onimetsu? Okay.
Where would I find info on that so I can read a little bit more?
The thing that I posted earlier to Devin, that says classmechanics.ogt. That should have the information on that. So essentially, you're going to be a ranger for most of the time, but you will get a couple things. You'll get access to spells that are normally not on the ranger list eventually, and you also get a yokai companion, depending on which kind of yokai path that you choose. So, like for example, you could get a smack talking kappa who follows you around and talks some shit and teaches you how to not take shit from anybody, or you could like choose the Sukagami, which is your weapon is literally alive and talks to you and has like a mouth or weird stuff like that. Or you could have like you could be a Tengu, which is like you have a magical talking tattoo that wanders your body and talks to you. You know, stuff like that. There's all kinds of different yokai that you can choose from. Oh,
Onimetsu, Ranger subtype.
this might also help you out. This is specifically the Onimetsu information right there. That should be a little easier for you to read.
Okay.
Thanks, Red.
Aussie Metsu.
Aussie Metsu. Here, I'll even show you. Here, I'll show you. Post your character art to me again, Red. She's really excited, so I'll show you.
Yeah.
Her character's name is Akakai, and she is a Terran Onimetsu. So she's a bat lady Onimetsu, and I can actually show you what an Onimetsu might look like, because she's on session 5 right now, so she's pretty well
developed. Nice.
Yeah, while she gets her character art for me,
the vampire Onimetsu. Cool. Yeah.
Oh my god, she's not a vampire. Hashtag not a vampire. Sweet lord.
Are there vampires in this world?
There are.
So Kurenona meant to become a vampire?
Yes.
Fair
Oh
enough.
wow, so cool.
Yep. So this
She got a
is
snake.
yeah. That's her yokai's battle form. So that's like what her current outfit and all that looks like. You'll notice the paper tags that she holds in one hand, and she
Yes.
holds a weapon in the other. And
Oh
then
my God, that's so cool.
this is her like normal, non going all in form, and she chose a Kappa yokai. His name is Joey, and he follows her
Yeah, that's
around.
what I was gonna do. I was gonna do a Kappa yokai. I like that idea.
Choose a Kappa then.
I might. That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yep.
I'll read more, but yes, I like the idea of a bike boy Onimetsu with the wooden tags dangling off the hat.
I like that.
That's great.
She's so fucking excited, screaming in chat. Let's fucking go!
Is Ridiculous Streams the player?
Yeah. Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Hi.
her.
That's great.
That's the plan. Our Kappa partners could be pals.
Capals.
Is this like an Australian thing?
Apparently.
Maybe, I don't know.
Apparently.
I-
So far, all Onimetsu are Australian players. So far, that is 100% true at this time.
Pestily, do you feel
Like
drawn
the-
to it?
The Aussie Metsus, dude. Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Well, the only thing I had coming into this session was the idea of the hat with the dangly bits and working that in somehow. Because I was like, oh, that would look great as a samurai or some sort of spellcaster or some sort of rune mage.
Now
or
that you're
something like
talking
that.
about it, I think them being like wooden pieces of bark with runes on it dangling from your sick ass Australian core cat while you being an
Yes.
Onimetsu, that's pretty sick. I like that a
I
lot.
love it. I'm very
We don't
excited.
have ravens in Australia, do we? We've only got crows.
I honestly don't know.
I mean, you've
I
got
believe.
spiders with health bars and all kinds of horrible shit. I, in fact,
True.
recently educated myself that you have a weather phenomena known as spiders raining from the sky. So,
Have you seen the spider tornadoes? That's a thing.
please
Hey, what?
stop. Please stop
Are they
it.
joking?
No, they're not. They're
No,
not.
there was, a spider, there was just some sort of spider boom and then like a tornado.
You guys have to check your shoes.
Sweeping them all up
Do you
and
check your
spraying
shoes
them
before you
everywhere.
put them on?
Yeah, you always check your shoes.
If you leave them outside, 100%.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, leave them outside. You got to check your shoes.
I ate a spider in my sleep not long ago, actually. It was horrific.
Ah,
Yeah, I like woke up having nightmares about some weird stuff. And then I was like freaking out and I felt weird. I ran into the bathroom to get a drink, took a sip from the tap, and then like felt something crunching in my mouth.
Oh.
I spat it into the sink and it was a spider.
Yep.
Welcome
Yeah.
to Australia.
I did not
Floss
sleep
and-
the rest of that
floss and
night.
web out of your teeth.
Welcome to Australia, the end game of Earth. Jesus Christ. Welcome home. Oh my God. Y'all are wild. Anyway, so we got one class. Anybody else feeling anything?
I'm writing my notes down.
Okay. I can go next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, just for my
so-
elf race, one sec. The Greenwoods were the like barky ones, right?
Yeah. Oh, you want to be a Greenwood? Yeah, we can do that.
Maybe
oh,
the redwoods?
The
hold,
the whitewood are like branches, like full on trees and like stuff like that. The greenwoods are more like leaves, but you could also have bark. Like it's honestly up to you. Don't feel too constricted there because it's more open than that.
All right, I'll have a think on that. Goes is.
Yeah.
Okay. So I want to do an Azimar,
Okay.
and I want to do Paladin, and
Okay.
the entire thing is going to be like, I would like to be able to worship two deities. How do you say that? Deities?
Deities. Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to be able to worship two deities, one evil and one good one. And then the entire thing is like the story of like good and evil, like an internal struggle. Maybe there's two personalities, like two people in one body, and they're like fighting for control.
Cool. If that's the case, then please review this. This is the list of all my deities from the West, which is more traditional worship, which is what you're talking about. They are categorized into different pantheons. As a note, as of right now, the Midgard pantheon is not available as I have not finished all of that. But if you really, 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 really wanted to, I could finish the stats on them. But
Okay.
There's lots of stuff to choose from there. The Norse pantheon, eyebrow wriggle.
I do like that since I'm Norwegian.
Yes, I figured you would.
Yeah.
My
So
people.
wait, would the Norse pantheon have like a good and evil god?
Uh, I guess. Well, they're more law chaos, I think. If you wanted straight up good evil, you'd probably want to choose a god from the white pantheon and a god from the black pantheon.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at the moment. I was looking at like maybe Babylon.
Yes.
Babylon and Glory.
Yes.
Dadalon.
That's what I was looking at. And then I was thinking Paladin is kind of perfect because you can become a fallen Paladin, right?
Yeah, there's an Oathbreaker paladin.
Yeah. So I think that regardless of what side wins, like Paladin seems to be like the best choice. I'm gonna do Paladin.
Well, if you
and,
wanted to do a thing where you were just a normal paladin, because you don't take your oath till 3rd level. If you
Yeah.
wanted to be a normal paladin who's conflicted by these twin deities vying for power in their soul, what you could do
Yeah.
is for the first 2 levels, you could just be conflicted and not be sure which one. And then at 3rd level, where you choose your oath, you kind of choose between the 2 of them. I think that'd be a pretty good story to tell.
Yeah, that could be cool. I
Yeah.
like that.
Yep,
Yeah,
there's
that's
there's lots of information to read about them. The deities from the West are very intricate, so take some time to get to know them. And if you have more questions, I can answer that for you.
yeah. I like the idea of the character being like torn between lawful good and lawful evil. They can at least have the lawful part in common.
Yeah.
I think that's the entire like synopsis, I guess, for my character idea.
That's
I
pretty
haven't
good.
figured out if I want a male or female character yet.
Up to you, champion. If you don't want to choose between those, you could always be a changeling. Wink.
Oh, wait. Can I still be an Aasimar in Changeling?
Negative. Changeling is
Oh.
a separate race.
Right.
But just something to think about.
Oh, that's a cool idea too. I do really like the Aasimar idea, though. I have like a really cool idea for that. I think I will go with an Aasimar.
You got it. This is also something you can change later if you want to. It's all good. This just gives me a general idea of what everyone's going to be playing, and then as we get closer to play, I'll have your tokens made for the program that we use, so that way everything's programmed that your character can do.
Yeah, no, that I think that's what I'm going with.
Okay.
Aasimar, Paladin.
What about you, Sakuisha? I haven't really heard much from you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking like a time cleric. I'm thinking
Yes!
like Terran time cleric.
Yes! Finally,
It's time.
it's Terran time. God, time clerics are so
What the hell's a
sick.
time cleric? It sounds amazing.
So a time cleric is a cleric that worships the domain of time, and they are in direct service to Raquel, the goddess of time, who is also the patron god of the gnomes. You can find her under the blue pantheon in that link that I just posted. She is essentially trying to repair time after the Great Cataclysm. That's her whole thing. And time clerics have the ability to do all sorts of things, like they can teleport, they can control time, they get access to time magic, chronology. There's also a time paladin, which is called the Time Warden, which is basically like a time cleric, except it's like a time warrior, and they also have similar abilities. But there's a whole there's a whole deity commitment towards repairing time and policing it, and that's what time clerics do. They're very cool.
Yeah, I'm interested in this. I was thinking about going luck, but I'm like, hey, man, I've been wanting to do like this time thing for a while, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping you were going to go a bard and sing us songs the whole time. But no, I'm happy with that. I'm actually quite happy with that.
Oh, man. Red is so excited, dude. Is his motto to turn back time? Wheeze! It's yelling at me, dude. I play Time Wizard in face-up attack position. That's good. That's good though. Time cleric. We have a cleric. We have time. We have a paladin also. That's quite a bit of divinity.
Can turn back time. Oh my god.
What a song.
If I could turn back time.
Oh my god. So good.
Get it? Get it? Screaming in the chair. Cher is shaking in her boots right now. Oh, man. Alrighty, then. We got Asmar. We got Paladin. Nice, 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 nice. Alright, so Pestily. You said you wanted to play something that's kind of like a plague doctor, yes?
Yeah, so I actually put an image in there of something I actually got made because I really like plague doctors, and I was thinking like someone who's like really knowledgeable about poisons, maybe like throw stuff in vials.
Yeah.
Carries a sick knife that's laced with poison. Bit of like a cultist theme to it.
Alright.
And potentially like a little bit socially awkward because they're a little bit too direct and blunt.
So lawful good then?
And then maybe having a pet crow or raven. Something along the lines of that.
So familiar. Okay. Lots of options for that. Do you want to cast spells or do you want to use items?
I'd probably prefer to use items, but not afraid to cast a spell or two from time to time.
Okay. I think.
Like okay, so from my understanding, how far is like science evolved in this world?
Well,
like, do they do experiments with poisons and?
Oh,
and...
absolutely. There are apothecaries, there are poisons, there are things like that. So basically, what you're probably going to be leaning towards is probably a rogue, and the type of rogue that you end up being is probably going to help you augment that. But essentially, as a rogue, you're going to be able to use knives. You'll be able to use stealth. You'll be able to fight in the open. But more importantly, if you choose the right kind of rogue, you'll be able to use items very easily. And I believe it is the thief rogue that gets access to fast hands, which allows them to use items very quickly, such as poisoning your weapon and then attacking with it. I've also,
to be clear, I'd rather lean towards using like potions and stuff over the knife, but the knife's like the last resort if I have to use it, not like my job is to like stab people.
If you want to throw splash weapons at people, that is also something you can do. I'll have to do some augmentation, and it might be a while before you accrue enough wealth to actually get access to those, because you're gonna have to pay for those or steal them or make them yourself. But I can handle that for you. Nothing wrong with that. Sick.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
I can see Pestily want like a plague AK or something.
Probably make you a thief rogue so that you get access to fast hands. Yeah. Man, it's been a while since I had an actual like item rogue, like alchemist. That's pretty sick. Okay. Did you think of race?
What would be my race? No, I've got no idea. That's why I put the little bit socially awkward, because they're a little bit too direct and sometimes come across as rude and blunt.
Well, I mean, there's lots of races that could fit that. I think the biggest thing you should probably ask yourself is, do you want to be from the east or west?
That doesn't really help me because.
Okay. Let me ask you this.
Like I've paid attention. I've looked at everything, but.
Okay, no, I got you. So here's the thing. You can be any race and fit the build you're trying to do. So at this point, it's what you want to look like.
Okay, is there any races that haven't really been seen too much because they're like covered up in their cloaks or their plague mask or anything like that?
So you'd probably want to be able to hide yourself easily and not have any discernible features.
Or maybe I'm just really ugly.
Ugly works.
Or something.
But that could be... let me think for a second.
And so therefore, like, I've been shunned from my people. and living more of a solitude life. But now I'm here to help out.
Well, here's my first question. Do you want to be a monstrous race, like a rat folk or a bird person or anything like that?
No, I'd probably want to be some sort of humanoid.
Okay, more human than that. All right. Well, there's several different humans you can be. Do you want? Are you interested in orc or elf or dwarf?
Probably more elf or orc than dwarf.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Sorry.
Orcish. Oh no, that's okay. That's okay. We're working through it. We're working through it. Do you want to be a small race or do you want to be a medium-sized race?
As when you say small, do you mean like the amount of people?
Like halfling or gnome, like short.
Oh, okay. No, just like normal.
Normal. Okay.
A goblin would have been pretty cool, personally.
Yeah, like potentially like a goblin would be cool, actually.
Be like a hobgoblin or something. Would be kind of cool as a plague doctor.
A hobgoblin is a selectable race, and they are medium size. And
Yep.
I have only ever had one.
Done.
Hobgoblin.
Hobgoblin plague doctor. I love it.
Oh man, that's really sick.
I'll get to my reading.
So the cool thing about hobgoblins is they specialize in weird weapons and armor. So you get one free exotic weapon and one free exotic armor proficiency.
I'll be referred to now as the Pog Goblin.
Oh.
Very good.
All right. Pog Goblin. I see what you did there. Alrighty then. Devin, what are you leaning towards, my friend?
Yeah, I was thinking a Terran time clerk. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Whoa. Comedy, we call that a
I'm just bringing that back.
Yeah.
Well, looking at what's open, I'm really leaning towards. It looks like we don't have a pure caster. So, can you tell me more?
There is
about
one pure caster, a cleric, but there's no arcane. So
exactly, yeah. Can you tell me more about your Amiyoji wizard?
Okay, so the Amiyoji wizard, essentially, imagine a wizard, but your spell book are tags posted on your body. And one of the things you can do is there is a random, like an RNG effect of, as you cast a spell, one of your tags can activate and augment it randomly. So it's essentially like, it's like wild magic for wizards, but instead of like causing these crazy over the top effects, they can cause random augmentations. Like for example, you can cast a fireball, and one of the tags might activate like the tag of amalgamation, and that fireball does a random elemental type instead of fire, and it just randomly activates. But what it does is that the RNG effect can actually do things like increase the size, increase the damage, make it not use a spell slot, like crazy weird shit like that. But it's always randomized, and it follows a baseline number generation of that. Also, something else that they get is their tags give them so the other cool thing they get, since they're covered in the tags, they get a static AC that increases with the number of spell slots that they have available, and the more they cast, their armor class goes down.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Are all of the effects that can happen from the tags positive?
Yes, which makes it different than the wild magic sorcerer, because the wild magic sorcerer, their effects can be way more powerful than the Onimyoji, but they also have a chance of being negative. The Onmyoji only has a chance to have positive effects happen, but it's a lower chance and it's not quite as impactful.
And when you say RNG, how often does this go off or something? Like
you have you basically have this is still in the conceptual phase, but essentially you have so many times per short rest that you can pull a tag from your body, and this action indicates that the next spell you're going to cast will be augmented by that random chance. So you cast the spell, and then I randomly roll an effect, and then we see how it's augmented. But those effects can tier break into more and more powerful effects.
That's so cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's basically I get a certain number of those per short rest.
Per short rest, yeah.
Okay. So the concept that I think will fit really well into this is just thinking about this. I love Buddhist themes. I love Shinto themes, and
Yeah.
I've been a Buddhist all my life, and so I haven't decided quite on a race yet, but I very much like the idea of an older, you know the classic Shinto monks that have like the staff that like has the what do they call them, like the paper tags that hang down.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of like an older kind of like Zen oriented Zen. So people think of Zen as like very meditative, but this would actually be like comedic. I like very old, like, you know, temple master or temple student who maybe failed out. I don't know. I'll think
No,
of
I
something
get
along
you.
those
I
lines.
get you. I get where you're going with it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll end up either on two ways. Either the Amiyoji, which I'd say I'm 70% on, or I'm 30% on Bladesinger subclass, which the staff that he had would actually be like double as a weapon.
Yeah, that works for me.
But I would really like to play
since you mentioned Buddha, I do have my own version of Buddha in Glaeus. But out of respect for those that actually follow the religion, I don't call him Buddha. He is just known as the resting monk.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Don't worry, none of us that follow Buddhism would actually care about that.
Well, yeah, but I just do it, and also because I kind of changed some of the things that it represents to fit the world. But he's just known as the resting monk. So there are resting monk statues, and it's kind of like a whole thing. So if your character kind of followed that route as an Omiyoji, then I could expand on that more as you play, which is very cool.
Let's do it. And that sounds super cool. I'm completely lost on race because it seems like a lot of the people that get end benefits, like I don't know anything about the Rokubi, and I don't know anything.
You want to be
Kappa.
You want to be a Yozai?
What's a Yozai again? Sorry.
The Yozai are the people that have a yokai parent, and they have the manifested spirit arms, which is what those sub races are for. Is for the Yozai.
Okay. Oh, these are sub races of the main. Okay.
Those are sub races of the Yozai, which represents the categorical representation of what category their parent was in. Like parent is.
Got it.
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea what the race should be right now.
Okay, that's fine.
Totally lost, but conceptually, I'm thinking this will play out really well because it'll be like a comedic older. I have like the voice and everything, and like comedic older like temple guy, who's just who's probably like pursued the spiritual path and then like either like not like found his way to enlightenment and is just sort of like, I don't know. I'll come up with something, but I'm going for more of a comedic tent.
Yeah, you don't have to do it all right now. You got plenty of time. But but basically, you're going to be a wizard, so we have an arcane slot filled.
Think so.
Pretty good.
I think I'll settle on either Amiyoji or Bladesinger at the end.
Feels good, man.
Dope.
So we got a paladin, a rogue, a ranger, a wizard, and a cleric. Nice.
For the how long do the Whitewood like elves live typically? I imagine pretty long.
The
right?
elves in Glaeus live very long. Like their cultural legends say that they can live up to 1,000 years, but that's only for very rare cases. But generally speaking, they measure their lifetime categories in centuries. They live like 500 to 600 years old.
I was thinking they're like elves and trees. I'm like, these guys are going to be old.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to be a fairly old. So fairly old would be like 400 or something.
Because the idea behind it is that in the past I said they lived like something like 3,000 years, but I don't know. I kind of decided to go against that. But it's essentially. Okay, so essentially what I'm saying is that some of the Glean elves live thousands of years because they achieve their version of nirvana, but most elves don't achieve that. They don't achieve that, so They only live about 500 to 600.
All right, cool. I like the idea of like a somewhat grizzly white wood, so I think that's what I'll be then for my Onimetsu Ranger.
Yeah.
Sick. Would it hurt for a white wood to carve something into their bark skin?
Would it hurt if you carved something into your skin? Probably, but you'd live, and there's plenty of people that
I don't have-
ritualistic do it.
I don't have like bark skin though.
Well, my point is, it's fine. It's not going to cause you damage or anything. Because there are people that ritualistically scar themselves in real life. There's a whole culture based around it, so that's fine.
Okay.
All right, we got
like a tattoo.
We got a white wolf.
Tattoos kind of hurt.
Tattoos hurt, but people still do it all the time. So, Whitewood Elf Onimetsu Ranger.
Sick.
Did you actually want to go with a Kappa as your yokai companion?
There's
lots of options
decided.
There's 8 options.
I like the idea of a crocodile kappa because they're water creatures. They manifest as typically, right?
Oh
so
man,
a crocodile kappa is pretty cool.
You want to be a crocodile Kappa? That's.
But the
all right.
The weapon one's kind of
cool.
This
is becoming too Aussie. We're crossing. We're crossing. Dude, just get a crocodile Kappa and just name him Drongo.
Oi, you Drongo.
Hey, don't be a Drongo. And then he could meet Joey. Be Joey and Drongo. Got a fucking. Ah, yeah, Drongo. Jesus. But yes, that's fine if you want to do that too. The kappa are just like water based yokai.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking some grizzly water lizard would be kind of cool, but the weapon one's also kind of calling to me a little bit too.
Weapons are sick.
Would it be too Aussie if my weapon was a lagerphone? You know what a lagerphone is?
Yeah. You can do that if you want. That's fine. Welcome to my eastern continent, based loosely off of the eastern races of real life. We've got China, we've got Polynesian, we've got Mongolian and Thai, and also Australia.
I mean, Australia's like smack dab in the middle of Asia region.
Yeah. That's basically Asia, right?
A small island off the coast.
Hey, welcome to Australia. We go around the walkabout if you want to, mate.
Let me play your song on me lagerphone.
Let me play your song on me lagerphone. Hey, yo, I got this didgeridoo. We gotta summon the other Aussies. Fucking Red's character looks up. I hear the call. What? Flies away.
Aussie spin-off campaign.
Aussie. Oi. God.
I'll try not to ruin your world.
No, that's fine. Be as Australian as you want to be. It's perfectly fun.
Just a slight homage, maybe.
Plus, I can make it fit. It's not a big deal. I mean, you've already got the core cap, but you're also got the tags. I'm pretty inclusive, is what you'll kind of learn. Like I'm down for a lot of things, so no worries there. The Aussie Metsu. That's funny though. The fact that sounds so good. Give me a baby long neck.
The very best, mate. A thick, cold thirst.
All right, let me go down to the Macca's. You want nothing? I'm gonna go back to the bottle on my way back.
Get the bottle, mate.
You know too much about Australia. What are you doing?
He's pretty good, isn't he?
Pretty good.
8:30 in the fucking morning. Best time for a VB long neck.
VB long neck. Well, you see, one of my very good friends is Australian, and I said, and in the interest of inclusion, because I was actually working on one of my continents to be like Australia, she sat down with me and taught me all of your lingo, like all the words, how you shorten words, like how you guys talk, the accent, all of that. And
can you speak to spiders now?
And for a brief time, the god of madness, I had fun pretending that he was an Aussie god. The god of madness, Alokan High, which is this like Shuma Gorath, great old one, would basically just talk like this. He'd just be like,
"Just give in to the darkness. She'll be right. Make no worries about it. I know what you're thinking, mate. There's nothing that you can really hope for no more. Don't you worry about fair dinkum, follow the path of madness.
You know, stuff like that. Yeah, just
She'll be right, mate.
There's
It's
a little
definitely
bit
the
of
path
a
of
George,
madness.
there
a
she'll be
little bit
right.
of Georgian draw in there.
She'll be right. Yeah. So I've had a lot of practice, but go straight for it. It's all good, man. Whatever you want.
He's locking on.
Just summon the. Follow the path of a locking eye, mate. Just do what it'll say. Anyway, so we got Asmar Paladin. Yep, very good, very good. Business, handshakes. Hobgoblin Rogue, a Whitewood Elf Ranger, a Something Wizard, and a Terran Cleric of Time.
Having trouble with the race still. Like it's
all good.
Not sure. Yeah, well, I just don't know what would fit a wizard in glass that
Any race.
Maybe, well, I need an int bonus, right?
I mean, you don't need one.
But
You don't have to have one.
Min-maxing.
He's a min-maxer.
I'm min-maxing. Fine, you can play a human and get one. There's the Gekoi. They get an int bonus. And you could also be a Terran, which they get a +2 to their int.
Ooh, yes, they do.
And then if any of us lie, there's 2 of us that are gonna hate us.
Or maybe they won't know and we can
Man,
lie to them all the time.
I understood what you said. That's how much time I've spent around Australians. Some guy comes, oh, you go right there and gossip. He wants to go outside. I know what that means. I understood that.
I didn't realize I was.
I can speak to spiders now. Man. All right, so but any of those races can work, man.
Yeah. The Yozai are the ones with the spirit hands?
Yes, sir.
Uh-huh. What's the Yurei variant says phantasmal? What does that mean?
That is a language.
Oh.
That's the language of the yokai. So the Yurei gives you the yokai language for free.
And what are the Yurei like?
So the Yurei are the catch-all yokai. They represent ghosts. So they're the actual ghosts. So the Yurei could be like a ghost of a loved one follows you around, for example. So let's say, for example, just if you chose to be a Yurei Yozai, one of the things could be like your mother actually died but became a yokai because she had unfinished business and continued to love your father for some time before she passed on or whatever. And then you were actually born from that moment of coupling, and therefore fucking you were born with your mother's spiritual hands. It could be something like that. Or it could be like any relative, or it could be a hero of the past. You know,
That's
stuff
super,
like that.
That's super dramatic. I'm thinking like an old Zen master that like hits me with a stick whenever I'm off the path or fuck up things. Like,
yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, makes fun of me. Yeah, so how do you role play like the yokai role plays? Do you jump?
Well,
into
as a yozai, your arms are your arms. So a yokai won't actually be with you. That will just be your. But they can. It's really up to how you want to do it. It's up to that extreme. So, like let's say your yokai parent was like an old sage, right? Mm-hmm. And your spiritual arms they manifest as whatever they were, as like the Yurei, and you could have like your hand randomly slap you on the face if you say some dumb shit, you know, stuff like that. You know, it's really up to you. That's completely open. So it's however you want to play it.
Cool.
Like as an example, I have a Yozai Onimetsu NPC who he's kind of different because Onimetsu actually get a yokai that travel with them, but he's also a Yozai. So his arms manifest as his mother, which is one of the in Japanese lore the floating heads that follow you around. Well, his arms are covered in eyes as the Yozai, and his mother actually lives in his hair, and his hair's like extra super crazy long as his yokai companion, and he moves around on his hair and shit. Like, it's really cool. But it's really up to how you want to do it. It's completely up to you.
Dang.
But generally speaking, Yozai, their parent isn't actually traveling with them, not essentially. It's your parent was a yokai, so you have spirit arms.
Is it always a parent? Or you said it could be a hero from the past as well?
Well, it is your parent.
Okay,
That's
because
you're half yokai, so that's where the parent is. But the yokai that was your yokai parent, if it's a yurei, could be like a hero from the past or something like that, because it's a ghost. Someone had sex with a ghost and you were born, is what I'm saying.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're your parents.
How do you have sex with a ghost? This is probably beyond the scope.
Well, actually, no. I have rules for that. So there is a
I have a lore for that.
Yeah, in the West there is a sacred pool of water that is watched over by a feline yokai that allows odd couplings like that. It's how same-sex couples are able to have children, is that they swim around in the pool and this weird yokai watches them, and then they produce a soul egg, much like my Western continents where the clerics of Vitteric allow that to happen. And that can happen with strange couplings as well as same-sex couples. So I've got that covered.
All right, cool. Ghost sex check. All right.
Yep, whatever you want.
Yick.
I am prepared.
You have to, so Yureis always come from ghost sex.
Okay. Yozais are half yokai, and they have a yokai parent. Now, it doesn't have to be your immediate parents, I suppose, but it's in your bloodline. So
okay, at some point, someone had sex with a ghost.
Yes, that is the requirement to be a Yozai.
Got it. Okay. I got it, Chief. Okay, I'll think about it. I'm still that brings me closer.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Good. I'm glad it was helpful.
Yes, it was.
Pottery involved.
I see what you did there. I know that movie. Go sex. Anyway, now we have the third choice that you guys can choose, which is your origin. Now, the origin will be very different depending on if you are from the West or East, so this is when you need to make that decision. If you are from the West, your origin is based off of the land that you are from. And if you go down to the Verum Quick Character Creation Guide, not the Glaeus one, and click on Origin, you will see that it lists out Krasix, Dalton, all that good stuff, and I can walk you through what those mean. If you choose to be from the East, you would choose a clan to be a part of, which is your origin. And the clans are different, like city-state families that you would be a part of. Because clans are both an enormous family and a country in its own right. A kingdom, if you will. And I actually have concept art for all of those in the East. So,
let's see it.
All right, let me go through it then. Let's see here. I hope I have not been overwhelming or anything like that. I try to keep it as clean as possible, but it is a lot of information. Let's see here. Okay. Does this have... Is this the official art, or is it this one that's the official art? Ah, okay.
Where do I see the origins for the East is the one that's got the North and South, West and East humans, correct?
That is correct. The East is... Yeah, that's that guide, and the East, you select a clan as your origin.
Okay,
so
cool.
It should say clans at the bottom, and the West says origins, just normally origins.
Yep, perfect.
All right,
Thanks,
so here we go. I'll go over... Now I'm going to go over all of the Eastern clans and their concept art for you. So first we have the Northern clans. So the Northern clans are more in tune with their spiritual sides. They're more connected to the yokai. So their names are based after the different traditional Chinese elements. Basically, like the elements of creation, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and start here. So first we start with the Ho clan, which is the fire clan. Here's their concept art. They use glaive polearms. Their main yokai is the salamander. This is kind of like what they look like. They got a bunch of their weapons.
Oh, glaives.
They kind of have this kind of tatami plate. They're very industrious. Here's a really good one. They're very industrious. They have akin to fire. They believe in working the forge, making metal. They're very warrior centric. There's a Terran Hao warrior. More of the Hao clan. Here's one by Magic Fire, who did kind of like what the clan lands might look like, to give you an idea. Example of a Hao warrior.
Did these guys try to wipe out the like Air Nation or?
Well, I was waiting for that joke. All right.
Sorry, so obvious.
It's okay. It's okay. No, they did not. It's okay.
Yeah.
So next we have the water tribes of Avatar: The Last Airbender. No, this is the water clan known as the Shi.
So cool.
Their yokai is a enormous sea turtle. They are to the northernmost section of Glaeus. They are a coastal nation, and they very much live within the ice and stuff like that. And they've got a lot of really cool abilities, like, for example, they get immunity to non-magical cold damage and resistance to magical cold damage. Their specialty weapon is a 3-part staff. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, the Hao get bonuses to fire damage and a plus to strength, whereas the Water Clan gets a plus to con and a bunch of cold immunity stuff, which is really cool.
How insular are the races to clans? Like, do you find that, like, say, certain elves of different types are primarily aligned with certain clans and things like that?
Generally speaking, the clans do not have any racial limitations. The northern and southern kingdoms are very inclusive to race, but they are very civic phobic. Like, if you're not a part of their clan, then you are a potential enemy type of thing. Now, some of the clans have different outlooks on that. Some of them are very diplomatic. Some of them are very open. Some of them only care if you have money. And some of them are openly hostile. It's all dependent. But none of them are racially controlled like that.
Okay. All right. So you typically see a fair mixing of races amongst the different clans.
Correct.
Then?
There is a fair mixing. Although there are some natural leanings, like there's a lot of Terran that are in the Key clan, for example, like the diplomacy. Like, basically, there are some races that are better at the things that clan values, so they gravitate towards that. But there is no Terran in the Hao clan or something like that. There isn't like that.
I would imagine there's not many of the like woody elf in the Fire clan, for example, for obvious reasons.
You could see that. Yeah, you could make that. Yeah, but that doesn't mean that there aren't any. But maybe they're less common. But yeah, and this is a house, I really like this art because it shows like what a house would look like. You got jaw, whalebone, vertebrae, and it's like I really like that kind of stuff. This is all donated concept art that the artist did as I sat in a call with them and described it. So I'm very grateful for it because it helped add a visual representation to the world.
That's so cool.
So that was the Shi, which is the water clan. Next we have is the Feng, which is the wind clan. They get a +1 to Dex, and they also get proficiency with battle kites, which means they can use their kites in combat. And they kind of have this like shrouded, covered hat look. I think one of these actually has the Australian hat. Yeah, there it is, like the veils and the corks on it to hold the hat veil down. They also have like wide open, billowy clothing to like protect themselves from the debris. They live at the top of the mountains. Their weapon of choice are the tonfa. I know this is small, but they kind of live in like tree houses atop these enormous bonsai trees that kind of float and twist over the side of the mountains. Oh, there it is. The veil with the little ties. Little cork ties. This guy drew a fucking lich. That's sick. I hadn't seen that one yet. But yeah, that's the Fang clan. Next we have is the Multo, which is the, I believe this is the Wood clan. Yep, the Wood clan. They get a +1 to Dex, and they get +15 to their natural movement speed.
Cool.
Yeah, they're they're very fast. So they use a lot of wood in their clothing and craftsmanship. They worship a fox yokai, and their weapon of choice is the longbow. And they have like green and white as their clan colors. They're very cool.
If a Whitewood elf wears wooden armor, is that like a human wearing skin armor?
No, it's like it's like a human wearing leather armor.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
got him.
That is what leather is. It's made out of animal. And we are higher creatures than standard animals, generally speaking. Just like a Glayan elf would be a higher state of creature than a plant. So it'd be more like that.
Poor lesser tree beings.
Lesser trees. Next is the Junshi, which is the Metal clan. So the Metal clan gets a +1 to int, and they increase all wealth rewards by 20% from completed missions because this is the Money clan. They believe that mercantilism is the true power in the world, which sets them apart from the other clans quite a bit. Their yokai they follow is the Golden Owlbear. They also get access to Flying Bear Cavalry, which is pretty sick.
Flying Bear Cavalry?
Yeah, because their yokai are owlbears, which owlbears have kind of the same kind of wings that Terran have. And in Glaeus, because the winds are so strong, they can fly.
Oh my god, so cute.
So if they're a Yozai from that clan, can they manifest spirit bear arms and have a right to bear arms?
Mm-hmm. You better believe it, champion. Look at this fucking guy. I really like this.
Changing my whole concept. Right?
Wait a second.
Capitalist owlbears.
Is that? You get a who? Owl joke. All right.
This is some concept art of like what you would do with the first coin that you earned. You know, stuff like that. Just examples of outfits and cultural representations. Stuff like that. It's really cool. But yeah, they're the they're like the major merchant clan, and they are found in the Riverlands, right alongside the Wood clan, and along the path of prosperity. And that is the Junshi. Let's see here. Next we have are the Yin, which are the Shadow clan. So the Shadow clan worship a spider yokai. And they are very much professional assassins, spies, and they move in secrecy for dark, unknown purposes as they weave their webs across Glaeus.
Weave their webs.
Weave their way, yeah.
With anime.
I like that one.
I really like this Gekoi.
Yeah,
This is one of my
it's super
favorite
cool.
pieces. I really like that one. I didn't mean to say weeb, but either one works, really.
Yep.
So Arcadum, am I looking at the same thing? Because I'm looking at like the Sejong and the.
Yes, we're in the northern clans right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you went too far down because you're in the southern clans. We're gonna get to them too. We're gonna get to them too.
Got it.
Next we have is the Yang clan, which is the Light clan, which is the clan of light. So, the Yang clan, I have to explain this. The Yang clan believes that beauty is the same thing as godliness. That the more beautiful you are, the closer you are to divinity. So their entire government is based off of their leaders are who is the most pretty, and that's kind of they have pageants to determine that. So good. So this is where all the this is where literal physical beauty is held to the highest regard. So this is kind of what the Yang clan looks like. They wear white and gold as their main avenue. This is also where all the pretty boys are. So you know,
so pretty.
If you want to be like that. Like the women here are ethereal beauties, and the men here are equally beautiful in their own right. Like that right there, that's a guy. Wowzers. Guy. Also a guy. Man. 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 Oh yeah, that's a man. You better believe that's a man. That right there, that's a woman. That, however, is a man. That is this Gekoi is sick. I haven't seen this one yet. I think he's holy shit. What is he doing? What is
He's like, he would sound like this. He would be like, "Greetings, traveler."
Great traveler. Yeah, and that's the Yang clan.
They're all fabulous. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. And then the last of the northern clans is the Blood clan, which is comprised of exiles from the Yang clan that were not pretty enough. And so, in response, they stain themselves in the blood of their defeated enemies, believing that true beauty is not in your physical appearance, but in your deeds. As a great fuck you to their enemies, and as a great fuck you to their Yang clan origins as well. And the Blood clan is fucking intense. They are also another coastal tribe as well. Their yokai is the shark. Bet Red's freaking out in chat right now because we got to her clan.
I like the theme of this clan. Super cool.
Oh yeah, Blood clan's awesome. They're known. I think the pronunciation is Zia, but it's been a while since I took Mandarin.
Love the crazy anime vibes from all of these. So good.
Oh yeah, they've got wild faces and expressions. All right, and that is the Blood clan. All right, so those are the northern kingdoms. Now we enter.
What's
up?
What's the significance between the distinction between northern and southern clans?
The northern clans are more in tune with their spirituality, and a lot of their governance are directly attached to what that yokai that they worship represents. Like for the Yang clan is like the peacock dove. I'm still deciding on what that one is, but essentially it's with that they're directly associated with the natural world of the yokai that they worship and what that represents. So all of them are more natural to the nature of themselves. So how can I explain this? So whereas the southern kingdoms are far more externally politically oriented, the northern kingdoms are more internally politically oriented. So the northern kingdoms would be more likely to fight for an ideal, whereas the southern kingdoms would be more likely to fight for resources or more standardized ambitions.
That's helpful. Thanks.
Yeah, but those are very minute differences. You can still be very much idealistic in the south, and you can be very pragmatically ambitious in the north. It's just that's your baseline essentially. So the southern kingdoms are all based loosely off of different famous figures from real life Eastern countries and cultures, and I've kind of worked them all into my own style. So the first one we have are the Sioux, which is loosely based off of Sun Tzu, which are warriors that use their minds. I really like the concept art for the southern clans. They did a really good job. So if you are a Sioux, then you get a +1 to intelligence, and you may use your intelligence modifier instead of strength or dex when making weapon attacks. So you get to use intelligence as your main combat stat if you're one of the Sioux.
That's super cool.
And this is kind of what they look like. This should help scope out your colors, what their armor and weapons look like. These are what their scholars and merchants and things might look like that. That's their symbol. Work in progress. They use chakrams, and this is their clan weapon, which is a big ass morning star. Like a bladed morning star, which is pretty sick. Very cool. Next,
when you say that's their weapon, is it expected that people in their clan use their weapon, or is that just
you
more
don't
like a
have to.
symbolic
That's
thing?
just it's a symbolic thing, and it's what Their standard warriors might be standard issued, and stuff like that. None of that is really like you have to use that weapon. That isn't the case at all. That just means you might start with proficiency in that weapon. So here we go. Next is the key, which is based off of Wu Qi, which was if I recall, he was a leader in China that focused more on the development of infrastructure, and he sought peace and diplomacy. Their weapon of choice, I believe, I'm still trying to decide between it, but the repeating crossbow or the jian, which is the straight sword.
Oh,
I really like their colors. Their colors look great.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Wu Qi. This is kind of like what their scholars and diplomats might look like. I really like their color, and that's their symbol. Thank you so much, artists. You make this so much easier on me. There you go. That's kind of what they look like. Oh, my food's here. One moment while I bring up the cow, based loosely off of Cao Cao.
Wow. Sorry.
I'll be right back. I'm grabbing food.
Wait, I thought he said he was bringing up the cow as his food.
Yeah, me too.
I bring up the
You
physical
got
cow
burgers?
that I need to eat.
Oh man, I could go a cow right about now. I'm pretty hungry. Watch
Mm.
out, Dan.
Oh, now I'm hungry. No.
Okay, I'll take a short break too. I'll be back.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I'm gonna go bathroom real quick. Here be.
Hold on, let me set my food up real quick. You guys there?
Yep.
Okay, hold on. Let me just. Almost done.
You're eating the whole food already? The whole can?
No, I'm just setting it up.
Setting up the cow.
I'm here for the feeding.
You ever see those like endurance like runners or whatever like roll up a whole pizza and just like just for calories, like completely just roll it up like a big like piece of bread or something. And
Or the swimmers do like 5,000 calories a day. Insane.
Okay, I'm back. So the Cao Cao, or the Cao, excuse me, are they're charisma based. They're very much about deceiving the people that are around them. Like they're very much you never show your true face. They're like where the spies and where the where the hard deals and stuff like that are. And they kind of carry this gold, like dark silver type thing. They also have this kind of propensity towards calligraphy and stuff like that. So a lot of their weapons will have like a lot of their weapons are hidden in standardized tools. So like a painting brush or a flute or something like that. So they're very much about like hiding their weapons in plain sight. and things like that, which is very cool. Now, see that? That's just like a tree branch. And you just pulled a sword out of it.
Sick.
It's very much their whole thing. Okay, let's see. Next up we have is the Hideyoshi. So the Hideyoshi clan is very much about compounding success. I really like their colors. They use polearms, things like that. Their abilities are they get +1 to wisdom, and they get a stacking bonus on successful attack rolls and saving throws that resets if they fail. So they're very much about taking advantage of opportunities. They're very opportunistic type of clan. So if you succeed and you continue to succeed more, if you fail, then you start over from the beginning type of thing. But for some reason, the artist started drawing them with these basket helmets, and I really, really liked it. So I kind of just incorporated it into their colors and their outfits. So a fully armored Hideyoshi warrior is going to have like a basket helmet, which is really cool. Briganaut, man. What a champion.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Okay, so we got that. Next up we have is the Ayayusa, which they get a +1 to con, and they get the ability to use... They can cause non-lethal damage with any source of damage, whereas most people can only do non-lethal with melee weapons. And they regain their level in hit points when they non-lethally defeat an opponent.
Oh.
Because the Ayayusa believe in not killing, unless they try to avoid it by any means necessary. And their weapon of choice is the Sagabato, or the reverse blade, where the blunt edge is along the normal edge and then the sharp edge is on the other side. Their colors are the bronze and turquoise. They very much believe in understanding that sometimes violence is required to resolve something, but death is not always required to resolve something. So they are by no means cowards or true pacifists, because they believe in fighting, and they have warriors that they train, but they train their warriors to that fighting to the death is wasteful, essentially.
Can you cast a non-lethal fireball?
Yes. As an Ayayusa clan member, you can.
So good.
Next is the Masamune, based off of Date Masamune, the dragon of the one-eyed dragon. This is very much a clan dedicated to the way of the blade, to death before dishonor. They get a +1 to strength, and they are immune to death effects and have resistance to necrotic damage. Which essentially means that if somebody casts a spell that says you instantly die, they laugh and stab that fucking nerd. That's what their whole thing
Immune
is.
to death, you say?
Death effects, not to death. They also have this really cool color scheme. Something else about the Masamune is that they are the clan closest in terms of proximity to the evil kingdom of the Eclipse, far to the east. So they fight with them a lot. And one of the things is they've also kind of stolen the moon motif of the Masamune, and they hate that. Next we have is the Sejong, which is based off of King Sejong the Great from Korean history. And this is the science-based clan. This is very much where all the hyper nerds live. They believe in scientific advancement, and that one's looks and personal feelings should not matter, because only one's mind matters. So their people get a +1 to int, and they get 2 skill proficiencies in anything they'd like, and an expertise in 1 skill they are proficient with. Their cultural thing is that their people wear masks in order to make sure that nobody gets an unfair advantage in a presentation or a conversation based on what they look like. They have...
Personally, I'm vibing.
they have nearly the opposite kind of cultural philosophy as the Yang do. They believe that one's physical appearance should have no bearing on their merit, only their mind.
So it says their proficiency is history. Does that mean that they come with history no matter what as one of their proficiencies?
That is correct.
Okay. And then you get, so you combine the proficiencies of your race and your clan. So like, for example, Yurei would get 1 skill proficiency. It says Sejong would get 2 more. So there's 3 total.
And don't forget your class, which grants you some as well.
Oh, it does?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so there's these ranks in it, like scholars and officials and things like that. So a scholar would get an Arcana proficiency as well. So the Arcana and history would come.
Those other choices are the role that you played in that clan.
Yeah.
And that is something else that you get as well. So if you were a Sejong warrior, you would get history, martial. And then if you were a wizard, you get the 2 from that list. You get any 2 skill proficiencies from the baseline special ability, and then the 1 from your race if you got one.
Jeez. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay.
You can be built to be a skill-based character.
That's very cool.
I really like this art. It shows a Sejong warrior using a crossbow. And this is their flag, which is this this mask. I really like this design. They did a good job. Yep, there you go. That is what the Sejong look like. Next are the Haka. So the Haka are based off the Maori warriors. They get a +1 to strength, and when initiative is rolled, they may use a battle cry, which can frighten enemies. Which is actually based off of the Haka dance, based off of like the Polynesian warriors and stuff like that. They are very, very intense. They use like almost Aztec style looking weapons like macahuitls and things like that, stone weapons, and their masks are very elaborate and terrifying, and their warriors tattoo themselves much like the Western humans do. And this is basically the entire clan is based around this sort of like brutal representation of the bravery of their warriors and the focus of where their bodies are basically a map of their lives that they ritualistically scar and tattoo. They also use jade in their weapons, which is pretty cool.
I have a death whistle on my desk.
What's that?
A death whistle?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Apparently they used a bunch of them and like all at once, and it sounds like someone being murdered and screaming.
Oh.
This guy went. These people popped off on the masks.
Those are insanely cool.
Wow.
Yep, and that's the Haka. Next are the Chang, based off of Changxi, which is the most powerful pirate that has ever existed. Was a pirate queen who had 1,800 juns, or Chinese galleons, in her under her command.
Wow.
And I based a pirate-esque clan off of her called the Chang. They get a dexterity of +1, and they get a 30-foot swim speed. They can hold their breath 4 times longer, and they have no disadvantage when fighting in water. And something else I did with them is the Chang. Their outfits and colors are comprised of all of the outfits and items that they have stolen from other people. So they kind of wear a hodgepodge of all kinds of colors and stuff like that. And their special weapon is a kind of kunai with chain that is like fish hooks, which is one of the coolest weapons I've seen designed by the art team.
That is awesome.
They are very, very awesome. And this is their flag. This is like a Chang light warrior.
Oh, the hook with the skull flag is so sick.
A heavy warrior, which has a snorkel diving helmet. Just like and this is the close up of the weapon. It's really, really good. Very cool. And that is what the Chang look like. And then last, but certainly not least, are the Hao, based off of Fu Hao. I believe she was the first female general in China and one of the most successful. Their weapon of choice is a big ass jade axe. They are also a matriarchal society. Look at that shit. Oh my god.
That's so cool. Wow, that's
It's
huge.
time to die.
Undisputed.
Guess I'll die.
Yep. They
try to die less than you do.
Their jade axes, and their belief is in using proper strategy. Like there's the right strategy for any type of. They're like OCD warriors, kind of. And they have Dex +1. When attacking with a melee weapon or ranged weapon within 30 feet, one ally can spend the reaction to attack that target. So they also believe very much in teamwork. So they are very much a teamwork-oriented like clan, believing that everyone should pitch in equally. Anyway.
Time for your daily cleaving.
And that is it for the Southern clans.
Sick.
So yeah, if you're from the East, you get to choose one of those clans. If you're from the West, you get to choose to be from one of the many different geographical origins.
That is a lot of clans, and so many of them very cool. I'm gonna try and nail it down.
Okay. Take your time.
I think I'm nailed down, Arcadum. I like the idea of Sejong, and I really like the idea of a Yurei. So pencil me in. Got some cool ideas.
Yozai. Yurei. Wizard from Sejong. I'm gonna mute myself and eat what you guys think.
Very cool. I think we got a lot of stuff covered here. I mean,
That's a pretty awesome party.
I mean, I guess the only thing it feels like we're missing is like some big like crazy barbarian or something, but
we got a frontline, we got arcane caster, we got cleric, we got range DPS, a melee DPS / like someone to do traps. This is actually such a balanced party. This is like nuts. Yeah, it's really good. We're gonna smoke
we didn't
shit.
plan that. That's cool.
Yeah. We just roll up with like 5 clerics, 5 wizards.
I'd do it though. It'd be fun.
5 wizards just AoE farming things.
Play MMO the whole world. Yeah. PBAOEs like the
yeah, just AoE pull like 6 encounters and like everybody like fireball.
Yeah, can we just speed farm low level maps, please, Arcadum?
Yeah. Just tier 1s.
All right, listen to me, Path of Exile boys.
Uh-oh.
You're walking into my realm, and I can't wait to see you guys fight some of my enemies.
Can't be worse than the Shaper.
That's true.
Uber Elder.
Can't be worse than lag.
As long as there's no like memory games, Maven style.
Yeah. Do we get disconnected and then we die and then we have to reroll our character?
6 second
Oh,
DC
no.
timer.
No, but my specialty is combat encounter creation and boss creation, so I'm actually really looking forward to you guys getting a taste.
POE is all about bossing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Love them.
And just to make sure I'm understanding correctly, since I'm on the West, I have to choose Origins, right?
No. If you want to be from the West, you have to choose from the Origin list. But if you're from the East, you can choose the clan list. Just because you're an Asmar Paladin doesn't mean you have to be from the West, though.
Oh.
Yeah, Arcadum's got Arcadum designs these huge like boss fights, and they all have these unique mechanics and stuff. And there's a special skill called Marshal that you can use to like check the abilities of the bosses. And so like it's our vibe with the Path of Exile world, where like bosses like sort of our progression gates, and also like really cool. That's like a big thing in this world too. Been my experience.
You better
I've re-
believe I'm going to be martial checking.
It's gonna be awesome.
I really like the in plain sight. You choose a warlock cantrip. You may cast it at character level.
Yeah.
I think
That's awesome.
I have a decision for you, Arcadum.
All right, what you got for me?
So I think I vibe with maybe having some sort of glaive situation going on, and the Hideyoshi clan sounds very interesting to me. I like the wisdom boost, and I like the stacking bonus on successful things, like rolling up the advantage as you do well. And I love the whole like learning from your mistakes sort of vibe there, which is already something that I had kind of in mind for my character with the inscribing stuff on my bark. Would be maybe like lessons I've learned in the past. I feel
Yeah,
like that
sounds
fit
good,
pretty
man.
well.
Yeah. All right, I got you down as Hideyoshi.
Dope.
I think I've made my decision as well. The
Oh,
Sioux
yeah?
clan. Yeah.
Ooh, the Sioux clan. Excellent.
So could I take in plain sight and have Eldritch Blast?
Oh yeah, if you really wanted to.
That sounds like kind of evil, right?
Eldritch Blast isn't good or evil. It's just force damage.
Yeah.
But it could look evil, and it could also look good. It's definitely an aesthetically versatile.
Ooh, that
yeah.
I like that. Aesthetically
Oh
versatile.
yeah, you can do that.
That fits.
Oh, I like that. And it's +1 charisma, right?
Yes.
I mean, that's good for paladins. Everybody loves charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice flavor. And we can reskin it depending on the mood of my character. Oh, perfect.
All right, I'll put you down as Ord in plain sight.
Easy MTX already. This is great.
Oh yeah.
Everyone knows you only equip your MTX after you get to maps, man.
I actually do that.
Yeah, same. But like character's like not even ready before then. Like, come on.
Yep.
You got to be going Sejong as well. I like both Sejong and I'm saying that right, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only other one that I don't know how to say it exactly is it Xue? XUE?
The Blood Clan.
Yeah, that's the only other one that really I think would also work. But I think Sejong kind of fits best.
You got it. Sejong it is.
So we can be clan bros, man.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
We can design masks together.
Oh, it's so cool. I always knew they would come to this with us.
We might
That's
know
great.
each other. We might not know each other as well.
How big is that's actually a good question. How big is the clans on average?
The clans are like city states, thousands upon thousands.
Okay.
But
Okay, shit. Okay, I thought it was like 150 people.
You can know each other though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forget that Glaeus is like 3 times bigger than Calcatesh, so that makes sense that these clans are all like massive. Yeah. Okay. Arcadum, question real quick.
Yeah.
The character is like, I think the way this character is set up is going to have 9 proficiencies.
Yeah.
And which is amazing. But looking at it, I'm thinking, can I get an expertise in martial because there's already an existing proficiency in it?
Yeah.
Cool cats. Okay.
You know, it'd be hilarious if with all this min-maxing, you just get one shot by the first boss.
I was thinking that.
that legit happens with a wizard too, because you roll a d4 and get like a 1 HP and get killed by a dart. Like you just get it's like, yeah, you
Wait,
just get
are
like
we
killed
rolling
by
stats
a
today?
branch.
We will be handling stats next.
Oh, I love rolling stats.
Unfortunately, we do not roll. We choose from an array, but
Oh,
yeah.
Question: the Tsukugomogami. I'm gonna get this.
Tsukugomogami.
Tsukugomogami.
Yep. Tsukugomogami. Yep.
So it gives you you lose proficiency with all the weapons. So let's say if I had a family glaive that was passed down, that was the spirit weapon. So I'd be proficient with that, but I would lose proficiency with things like bows and stuff.
Yes, but what that
Would
means
that be-
is that if you tried to use them, you just wouldn't get your proficiency bonus. So you just be worse with them.
It says you have a disadvantage when using them.
Oh yes, it's worse for that clan, but you would still be able to use them.
Okay,
But
that would be pretty
it would just
detrimental
suck.
for a ranger, maybe though.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, you don't have to weapon switch.
Yeah, I don't mind the idea of a melee ranger.
Yeah, melee rangers are good.
Hmm. Thinking.
Ooh.
This is just the whole rest of the show.
it?
It's an hour.
For grunting and.
Be right back. Grab and drink.
I think he's going to grab a Foster's right now.
Foster's.
No one in the show drinks Foster's.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. It's like Foster's, Australian beer.
Hitting up a V-boy, mate. 7:25 a.m. or better crack a cold one.
We should get a carton of VB sent to him.
And me.
And me.
Please.
You get in New South Wales?
We're in Victoria now. We moved.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to drink the very best now. It's true. It's illegal for me to drink Tuies now.
Are you in Melbourne?
Nah, out in the country.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't have to use a ranged weapon to be a ranger. A lot of people think rangers are like bows. It's in the name, ranged, right? Except you think of I always like thinking of what's his face from Lord of the Rings? He's a ranger.
Aragorn.
Legolas.
Yeah, Aragorn.
Aragorn is
Aragorn's
also
a ranger. Yeah.
Yeah, they're both rangers.
And he's you always see him with a sword, right? Like he can use a bow, sure, but it's more of a person of the land as a ranger, as someone who's very worldly in the ways of the land.
Right.
And you could have a hamster.
Epic and stuff too, right?
What's that?
I'm back.
What? Oh, yeah, they're a bit, just being kind of well-rounded and hunt and survival.
Yeah, well-traveled survival sort of vibes like that. Not necessarily someone who uses a bow.
Like an Australian.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, a lot of swagmen out traveling out back.
Got to walk
Outback
about in the
Ranger?
outback. Yeah. Okay.
Outback Ranger.
Straight from Australia. And make sure you go outside and walk about. Have a nice bush song or two. I'm
Into
sorry.
the Billy Boyles.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I practiced for a very long
apologize.
time to be able to speak Australian. I try to do it whenever I can.
We'll go out. I'll waltz sing Matilda, mate.
Fair dinkum?
Too right.
True blue.
Chuck another Dari on the Barbie, mate.
Don't be a drongo.
This is the rest of the session.
Yeah, yes. The dingoes will eat well tonight. Gotta make sure that when you go out adventuring, you got a health potty.
Freaking health potty. Yeah, okay. Dude, can I have a health potion, please? I'll take it in a schooner, mate. Or maybe just a pot. I'm only a little hurt. Pot or a schooner for your health potion. Oh god.
This kind of stuff is maximum potent fun for me.
I'm glad.
I love it, dude.
We're gonna have a good time.
Slowly, all of the Onimetsu will just become Australian, and then my whole faction in the east will just be like, "Oh, we hunt demons." It's like, yeah, the Okuma walking around here. We got to make sure to take care of them. So what you want to do is, if you go down to the southern kingdoms, you want to go on and walk about around there. Be real careful there, mate. You don't want to get caught up by scum.
I think it's canonical now that the Nometsu are all
Aussie
Aussies.
Metsus, dude.
Aussie demon hunters.
You must be truly desperate to come to me for help. Sorry. Maybe I'll be willing to give you a hand there, mate. Well, let me ask you something right here. You
must be truly desperate to come to me for help.
You must be truly desperate to come to me for help. Let me ask you something. Did it kill the Sheila? Was that the problem?
Oh, Jesus.
The legend of the Aussie Metsus. Oh, Jesus. That's so good. You call that a knife? Nah. Yeah, nah. This is a knife.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I see you're versed in the yenas.
Yeah. I was taught everything. I had a very thorough teacher. Oh, God.
I'm impressed, honestly.
Thank you. I've tried my best. You think that's bad? I once tried a pikey accent, which is like, which is incredible British, in front of Strippin, and during his campaign, he was the only one who could understand me. It was. I was popping off so hard on it, and he was just like. He was talking to me, and the rest of the party's like, "What is he saying?" Like he was, "Oh, you know, kind of stat I'm getting. I'll make sure that your sorcerer is." It's like, "How much?" About 12, Bobby. All right. Oh man, it was wild. Anyway, so we've got your races, your classes, and your origins selected. So now we get to choose what your stat arrays are. Okay, so before we do that. Let me link you guys to character sheets. Until my website is done, we're going to have to do character sheets these ways.
Old-fashioned way.
Yep. So here's.
So no rolling.
We do not roll stats. No.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
I get it.
I'm sorry. We don't do that here.
Don't do
All right.
that.
If you click on this link right here. And then you can fill out that character sheet, and then you can save it, and then send it to me directly in this chat, and then I can send that to my token makers, and they can make your tokens when it's time to design. But
whoa!
But now
you just fill it out in here.
Yeah, you can just fill it out in that PDF. Yep, and then you save it. Now, these are the 3 different stat arrays that you get to choose from, and then you get to put those numbers anywhere you'd like. The Specialist, the Madman, and the Razzle Dazzle. Remember, this is before any racial or origin modifiers. They are set up to where they handle characters that specialize in 1 stat, characters that need 3 stats, or 2 main and 1 tertiary, or the Razzle Dazzle, which is the best one.
Bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, yeah.
The best one.
It's my favorite one. But it's for characters that want a multi-class, or for characters that don't want to have any discernible weaknesses.
The Razzle Dazzle actually gets more points.
It does, but they're spread out.
You've got like +1 bonuses and everything.
Yeah, and if you're like a standardized human, then you're gonna get +2s and a lot of stuff, and then you'll be on track for a +3. The modifiers.
I love weaknesses.
Yo, that's fine. If you want to do it that way, that's cool too. But yeah, there's your rundown. And then you choose which one of those you want to use, and then you can fill in your stats. For you, Pestily, since you're brand new, I will explain what the stats are. So are you looking at the character sheet?
Yes.
Do you see where it says strength, dex, con, all that good stuff?
Yep.
All right. I will explain what the attributes are using the tomato method. Strength is your ability to crush a tomato. Dexterity is your ability to throw a tomato. Constitution is your ability to eat a bad tomato. Intelligence is knowing that a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing that a tomato does not go in a fruit salad. And charisma is the ability to sell a tomato-based fruit salad.
That is incredible. So good.
This is the best description of stats I've ever heard. Yeah, it's insane.
And those are the attributes and what they represent.
Right.
Rightio. So, for example, you're a rogue, so you got dexterity. Sorry. Stop. You got dexterity. Dexterity and intelligence are probably going to be your two main stats, especially since you want to use, like, apothecary approaches, like making potions and things like that. You'll probably need those two stats the highest. Dex in order to help you actually, use them in combat and do other things, and intelligence to learn about how to make potions and poisons and things like that. And then you have other, the other stats can be spread out as you see fit, but your two main stats should probably be Dex and intelligence.
I'd go the Madman then.
Yes, if you'd like. The Madman is a good choice. Hey. Wow, it's Tiffany. Hello. Hey. Hold on a second. I'm back.
Is there other class information for the Onimitsu, or just what you linked before, which is the Spirit Companion, and then...
Just that information, because
Okay.
I'm still developing it, but you won't need the later level stuff until much later, so...
Okay, so for now, I basically just roll a Ranger.
Yep, in fact, you're a Ranger, you're a normal Ranger until level 3.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, because at level 3 is when your weapon awakens.
So how much of this am I filling out?
The only thing I need you to fill out are the stats.
Okay.
Yep, and then once you've chosen the stats, let me know, and then we can move on to the next step.
All right, I have my stats.
Okay.
15 strength, 11 dexterity,
Yeah.
14 constitution,
Nice.
10 intelligence, 11 wisdom, and 15 charisma.
Excellent choices. Excellent all-around choices.
Okay, I'm ready to.
Awesome.
All right, Sequisha going 10 strength, 11 dex, 11 constitution, 15 int, 15 wisdom, and 14 charisma.
Nice.
Ready when you are.
Alrighty, so I got Squisha and Zizarin. The rest of you guys fill in your stats?
Got Pestilly.
Yep.
Strength 10. Dexterity 15. Constitution 11. Intelligence 15. Wisdom 14. Charisma 11.
That works. Ziggy and Devin?
I sent it to you. You're good.
Ziggy, strength 15, dexterity 15, 14 constitution, 11 int, 11 wisdom, 10 charisma.
Excellent. So now we move on to the next step, which is you choosing your skills. So you get baseline skills that you get to choose, and I'll need you to fill all those out on the sheet. A good place to put them on the sheet for me is under features and traits, which you'll see a box there. And you can type out all the skills that you chose. And don't worry about anything else because my token makers are going to just program that into your stuff for you. So, first we're going to start with your baseline skills. Zizarin, as you are a paladin, you get to choose from... Hold on, let's see here.
I was putting this in features and traits, did you say?
Yeah. You get to choose from this. Choose 2 from athletics, insight, intimidation, medicine, persuasion, and religion. And everything else should be auto-selected for you. So those are the only 2 that I need choices from. And just go ahead and put those in the features and traits. Next up is Pestily. You are a rogue. So you get quite a few choices. And I believe you're also Sejong, so you get even more choices. So, please choose 4 from this list. And then you get to choose 2 of any kind that you want. And then choose 1 to specialize in. So, +2 of any. 1 expertise. So choose 1 skill you want to be really good at.
Is there a place I can read what the skills do?
Sure thing. I can give you a rundown of the skills right now. Here you go. There's a link, but I'll also go over them. So the skills are, the first one is athletics, which is your ability to run, jump, swim, all that good stuff. Acrobatics is your ability to balance and jump and do somersaults, dives, things like that. Sleight of hand is not only the mundane magic of like doing sleight of hand, but also stealing and things like that. Stealth, self-explanatory. Arcana is your knowledge of spells, magic items, eldritch symbols, magical traditions, things like that. It's everything to do with the arcane and your knowledge of it. History, pretty straightforward.
Do I have Arcana? Sorry, that wasn't in the list.
I'm going over all the skills. See,
okay, sorry.
You chose Sejong, so you get to choose 2 skills of any. So I'm just going over all of them for you.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is history, which is self-explanatory. Investigation is your ability to search for something that you can touch and investigate closely, like you can touch and manipulate. Nature is your knowledge of nature, the natural cycles, weathers, animals, plants, all that kind of stuff. Religion is your knowledge of deities, rites, prayers, basically everything to do with religion. Animal handling is your ability to manipulate animals and care for them and speak with them and empathize with them. Insight is your ability to predict whether or not someone's lying or what their next move might be, or gaining clues from body language, speech habits, mood, emotions, things like that. Medicine is pretty straightforward. Perception is your ability to detect things around you using your 5 senses. Survival is your ability to search for food, not get lost, and basically interact with the wilderness and the wilds. Deception is lying through all of its various forms. Intimidation is the use of literal or even metaphorical threats to get what you want. Persuasion is essentially the ability to be diplomatic to achieve your goals, like to convince somebody through mutual gain or leverage. And then performance is your ability to perform, like sing, dance, act, storytell, vogue, any of that kind of stuff. And those are the different skills.
All right, thank you.
And you can also use that list that I linked you, and you can scroll over them, and it gives you information there.
So, a Yurei would have a total of 7. I'm getting that right. So Sejong has 1 innate, 2 extra. That's 3 from Sejong. 1 from Yurei is 4. 2 from Wizard is 6. And then 1 from your clan job is 7, right?
That sounds right.
Okay, here they are. Arcana, history, martial. I sent you the screenshot.
Mm-hmm.
Perception, religion, investigation, insight. That's fucking bananas, by the way. Awesome class. Loving it.
All right, next.
Wow, very proficient.
Next up is Ziggy. You are a ranger. Wow.
Mm. Wow.
Which means you get to choose from these three.
And I get Marshall from Hideyoshi clan
Mm-hmm.
as a warrior, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But there you go. There's your choose 3 from that list, and go ahead and add them onto your sheet.
Okay.
And then Devin already did his. All right, and Sequisha, you are a cleric, which means you get to choose from these. And then go ahead and add those to those sheets when you're done with the skills.
I noticed that Whitewood has expertise with perception, so I'm automatically expertise in that, which is more than proficiency, right?
Yes, sir. So
Okay,
you want to
cool.
add expertise so that the token maker will know.
Okay, excellent. All right, then I have mine. So the expertise in perception, martial, nature, survival, and investigation.
Okay. Excellent. So go ahead and put those in your features and traits on your sheet. Because remember, you guys are going to send me those sheets that I can send to my token makers. All right, is everybody chosen their skills?
Yep.
Okay. And now we move on to spells. Ooh.
Oh shit! I
Oh,
didn't even
yes.
Oh,
Oh, yes. You
Oh, no.
chose the path. All right, go ahead and go to the 5e Tools website. Go to the middle at the top where it says References. Click that drop-down box, and then go to Spells.
Rangers don't get spells for a while, right? Not a level 1.
They do not have them at level 1, no. The people I'm talking to are Devin and Sequisha, as they are both full casters. So they will start with spells. So
You're a
Paladin
spell.
doesn't start with any, right?
Paladin does not start with spells, no. So let me share my screen with you so I can walk you through this directly. You should see a screen that looks something like this, yes? If you go to References and then click Spells, it should look like this.
I actually thought I was meant to get 4 skills, but I'm apparently meant to have 7. I apologize.
Well,
I actually...
you do get 4 from Rogue, but then you get 2 from Sejong, and then you get another one from Sejong. So you get more from your origin. That's just for your class skill choice.
Right.
Okay, Devin and Sequisha, you guys looking at the screen right now? Like my screen?
I just see
This is gonna take me some time. Straight up.
Do you not see what I'm doing?
I just no, it just
It's
looks
on
like a Word document. Oh,
It's on Discord.
Oh shit. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, I'm streaming on Discord.
Oh, gotcha.
I can't technically show this on stream, so.
Copy. Yeah. I'm there with you.
Okay, so References, Spells. Okay, what you need to do is go to this thing that says Filter, click that, and if you are Sequisha, click Cleric, and make it blue. If you are Devin, click Wizard, make it blue, and then go down to where it says up here to where it says Cantrip and First Level. Click those 2 things and make them blue. And then once you do that, you go down to where it says Save, and you hit Save. And what it will have done for you is it will have filtered out all the other spells in the game into this nifty list that you can use to choose from. And then you want to go to where it says Level, click that twice, and then it'll start you with cantrips, and then it'll go into first levels. And this is what you can use to choose all of your spells. It's really handy. It's really useful. So, to be clear, are you guys with me so far on that? Are you guys looking at that? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So now the next thing that you want to do, I don't need to look anymore, is for classes. I can just tell you this. All right, Sequisha, your choices are: you need to choose 3 cantrips, and you need to choose uh, 4 first level spells.
Okay.
And then add those to your sheet. And Devin,
A little ritual thing. Is it like included within the first level, or
don't worry about ritual. I would not pick.
ignore this?
Just ignore rituals. Yeah, you don't need to choose those as your main. Okay, so Devin, you need to choose 3 cantrips and 6 first level spells.
6. Yeah. Okay. Roger that.
And then what you guys
How do you sort by wizard again?
Okay.
Sorry.
Go to the 5e tools. Go to where it says
Yeah,
reference.
I'm there. Yeah.
Okay. You're on spells. Are you on the filter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You click on filter, and then you go to where it says classes. You click wizard, so it's blue, and that nothing else is blue. And then you go to level and click cantrip in first level, and then you go to save, and then it auto sorts the whole thing for you.
Thank you.
No problem. And then once you have chosen those spells, add them to your sheet, and then once you've done that, you guys are all done with your sheets, and then you can send them to me.
Are you banning any spells?
Nope. Well, if it's from one of the new books,
yeah,
I'm okay with you choosing it, but I might make some changes, but okay, I'm not worried about it.
We're gonna get nerfed.
We're gonna get nerfed.
Hey, if I get nerfed in a D&D campaign, I'm happy. That's like a good outcome, I think. It's great. Do we need to add our stat bonuses, or are you guys doing that on your end?
You only need to list out the scores. All I need from you are your scores, your skills, and your spells.
Oh, well.
Those are the choices that I need from you. So once you have made those choices and added them to your character sheet, your PDFs, you can then save them and then send them to me in this Discord group chat. And then I will send that to my token makers, and they will construct your tokens for you.
So I download it and then post it in Discord?
Just like Zizaran did. Wow.
Oh, great.
Look at Zizaran.
I'm looking respectfully.
Nice.
So going off the fact that I want to based around making potions and poisons and stuff like that, can I just list out my skills and see? Or I've wrote them in the Discord, but
all right, let me look.
Would that be a good path?
Absolutely.
Righto.
Those are very good. Righto. Defo, mate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Keep going.
I'm not sorry.
I catch my Defo, mate.
Too right.
Yeah, too right. Hundo. Oh no. Australia is such a mystical land.
Yes.
What a truly wondrous place.
I feel like your Aussie accent's better than mine. I feel like I don't have a very thick one.
Did I, mate?
Well, there's one thing I can't do, and that's how you guys say no. I can't do it.
No.
Yeah, I can't do it.
No.
No. No.
No. You gotta say like no, you. No.
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 No. It's so hard. I can't do it.
I didn't realize that was a thing, to be honest.
It's like,
when I was learning Indonesian, man, like they were like, you say no so weird. No.
No.
no. No.
Ah, she'll be right.
She'll be right.
Righto. What's next?
She's so mad at me, dude. Alrighty. So we got those 3 character sheets. So the caster should be picking their spells. When they do, I'll send them on down. And then we can move on to the next exciting bit, which is downloading map tools.
Ooh.
Oh boy. We are almost done, by the way. You guys have been troopers sitting here.
This is fun.
No, this has been a blast.
I'm nodding. I'm champing. I think something else that's really helped with my Aussie accent and getting comfortable with it is that Red showed me Nat's What I Reckon, and I've just been watching all of his videos.
That's what I reckon. That's so good.
Good day, champions. Good day, champions. Maybe you get some of this, go outside, grab some rosemary, put a pinch in it too. Or the whole fucking stock. I don't care, champions. Fuck that off into a pan. Bugger off, do something else for 2 to 3 hours while that bastes. I love it so much, dude. My proudest moment as a student, I think I literally made Red swell with pride, was when I joined this Discord and I just started speaking with an Aussie accent with another Australian, and he had no idea. I completely fooled him. He didn't even know who I was. He didn't even know. He looked into the call. He's like, wait, is that Arcadum that I've been talking to this whole time? And I was like, yeah, mate, it's me. And he's like, no, you got me. I didn't know. It was so good, dude. Defo. So good. He got him. I got the golf clap, the little... Man. Poor Flab.
Hey, for Sequential spells, do I have 3 or 4?
You get 3 cantrips and 4 first level.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Man, you guys are gonna love some D&D, let me tell you.
I'm excited.
I can't wait, dude. Oh man, I've been thinking while you guys have been making your characters about which campaign I want to put you in.
Ooh.
Which is
a big decision.
Which is a big choice, which I was gonna tell you guys about. So there are two choices left in chapter 1. Presuming that you would like to play as soon as possible. The 2 choices in chapter 1 that remain are... The 2 campaigns are The Final Toll and A Storm Approaches. So, The Final Toll is a campaign where you deal with spreading the ashes of your late patron or father. It could be a family thing or not. But the idea is that your mission is to spread either your collective father figure or one of your father figures. It's really up in the air for that. But essentially, it is dealing with this funeral rite, and through the course of that, complications occur, and you essentially deal with the presence of Otikata's curse, which is a major plot point. So essentially, you deal with the after effects of an approaching threat to the rest of Glace. And you also deal with a lot of undead adventures. So, a lot of undead-based stuff there. And then the next one is A Storm Approaches, which is the revivification of the old order of samurai that once protected the Emperor before the cycle was broken. And that campaign will be based on rekindling the embers of that fallen order.
Oh.
And those are the 2 campaigns that I currently have available for chapter 1.
Which one was that second one? Storm Approaches.
A Storm Approaches. I've got
it. Is it on the screen?
I've got it on the prologue. Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah, okay, cool.
These 2 right here.
But what if we're not samurai though?
That doesn't matter. You don't have to be samurai. You're just rekindling the order.
I'm pretty flexible on this, but I personally love the sound of The Final Toll. Sounds very cool.
I'm okay with
No
either.
Country for Told Men.
Jesus.
This is a great film.
10 episodes, Arcadum.
All right,
10
then.
episodes in a movie.
All right, then. Oh,
The
God.
final told.
Oh my God. Dude.
Knights of the Told Republic.
I've got one of my groups has a player named Sci-Fi, and he keeps screaming, 6 seasons in a movie. Let me play. But yeah. So final toll. Is that what you guys are leaning towards?
Sure.
So be it.
Vote yay.
I vote yay.
Yeah.
You are officially slotted in. You are now the final toll.
Yeah. Cool. Dude, it sounds emotional. Like I'm tearing just thinking about it. That's like nerd tears.
Yeah,
of that.
almost
Who's
like I
Ashes-
think I should
is
have
it
put more
speci-
points in a constitution, man.
Whose ashes are they specifically? Is it one of ours or all of ours? Or
That's up to you guys.
All our dads died.
Well,
Yeah.
Simultaneously.
Well, you could have it's
it's
either
an accident?
it's either your literal father or a father figure or a mentor, or it is one of your actual fathers and stuff like that. That's up to you guys to determine that. So this one's going to be a lot more open for backstory integration, so you guys can all have already known each other, if you'd like. So.
We all met on a dead dad's forum and
Oh my God.
decided that we should all get together to spread the ashes together.
All right then.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be cool if we were all like raised by like. I mean, does that make sense with different backstories though? But I don't know. It would be
Well, yeah.
cool if we had like the same father figure.
Yeah, because that's where you guys are all from. So maybe,
A sensei.
well, because the idea is that I was either going to do a dojo or a traveling merchant that picked you guys up when you were very young, and then you all kind of like accumulated into this centralized like pseudo family, like an adoptive family, no matter where you're from, and you all kind of participated in either this dojo or this caravan. Haven't decided which, but essentially you all became a family over time, and then your patron or your father figure died, and now you need to see that his ashes are see that his final wishes are carried out, basically.
Something that's very cool about that idea is that we might not even necessarily know each other because we might all have been different ages or studied under, say, if it's like a
That's
sensei
something good.
figure
Yeah, like you all knew him at different times.
at different times.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Can it be like a temple master? Like what kind of person you want it to be? Because I'm trying to fit in the backstory. What kind do you want?
I think it's best
You guys
if
want?
it's up to you guys.
Some dude in the caravan driving around and picking up kids.
That's a lot weirder than I imagined it. now it's weird.
Great, you made it weird.
Maybe
Yeah,
it
we
could
just made
be
it weird now.
maybe it could be just straight up. He's a traveling merchant that had a positive impact on each of your lives to such a level that you wanted to keep in contact with him, and he's just been writing letters to you guys. And then he dies, and the people in his caravan, in his final wishes, he wanted all of you to set his spirit free. So like to burn him and then take his ashes and spread them in a specific spot. That's what the story requires.
That's such a cool way of like bringing a bunch of people together. I love it.
Yeah, but it's
me too.
more unique way to bring the characters together than like we randomly meet in a tavern or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
My last one was we randomly meet in a tavern or some shit. It was still fun. Yeah.
I mean, that's the classic start. There is nothing wrong with it, but this does give you a reason to be working together when your characters might not necessarily get along, which is something that always like throws me out a little bit.
Really
It's like
important. Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have
So-
it's like why would these people be working together? It doesn't make any sense.
So we'd all know each other a bit, like, and just had like in various, or we'd all know this person and be connected. Like, yeah, I love that. That's great.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you used to get the endurance potions too, right? Dude, I would guzzle like 3 or 4 of those a night, bro.
What? He never gave me any of those.
You were always
didn't need them.
you were always the favored child.
Man, very cool. All right, I've got you guys locked into that. Did you finish your spell selection, Devin?
It's gonna take me like 10 years, but I'll send it to you.
Okay,
soon.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Plus, you've played before. I just needed to make sure that the newer people were ready to go. Okay, so now that we have decided the campaign, we've decided the schedule, characters have been made, And now the time has come to lock into map tools. So if you could, please at this time, if any of you are streaming, please cover your screens as the information I'm about to give you and the connecting to me cannot let it be seen on stream, or else I will explode and die.
Oh no.
It's true.
Don't.
I leaked it. And he did do that.
Exploit him. Don't do it.
It's just me, isn't it? I'm the only one streaming.
I think so.
You covered?
Yeah,
I
I'm
think you're
covered.
the
I'm
only
covered
one.
as well.
Do we have a link, or is it the first
I'm
one
getting
posted
it
ages
to you.
ago?
I'm getting it to you.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm rushing for it.
Do I have time for a quick break?
Yeah, you can go.
Sweet. Be right back.
Okay. All right, let's see. I have to go because I have to get this in a different link now because they, for some reason, have not been. Hold on. I got you. Please click this link and download that program in the .exe. I know it looks like a sus program. I promise you it's not. I've been using it for years. All right, so download that, install it, and then open it, and then let me know when you see grass.
Windows protected your computer.
Yeah.
Tell it to shut up and let it through. It's fine. God. I wish that they would update the launcher, but the launcher looks like a Windows 98 program.
The first time that I've ever seen that.
Yeah, it's like for something to do with some weird licensing stuff or whatever with like later versions of Windows.
Okay, so I grab the exe.
Yep, .exe.
Got it. I'm hacking into the map tools.
All right. Let me know when you see
I'm
grass.
guessing we're allowing access to
Yeah.
the network.
Yeah.
I see
I
grass.
see
I
grass.
see grass.
Okay.
Wow.
3 in grass.
And I'm entering my credit card number.
No, don't do that. Stop. Are you in, Ziggy? There you grass. You see grass?
It's just going through the install now.
Okay.
Apologies, I was peeing.
It's all right. Upside down
I do
must be
that
hard.
too. We have so much in common.
Oh, Peabody's, yay.
Oh, I pay bodies.
Peabody.
I gotta know, out of all the times you've done this, how many people have made like an RTX joke?
Like 4 times.
Okay.
The most common joke is lately has been people mispronouncing the name of the continent as Gilneas. World of Warcraft reference.
Mm-hmm.
Feels
That was
me.
the what was it? The wolf dudes, right? Like their starting area or something.
Yeah, probably the Night Wolf. Man.
I see grass. It looks like the old Warcraft 2 map creator. I'm pogging.
I'm pogging. All right, you good, Devin? You've already done this before, but
Yeah, we're all set.
okay. All right. In that case, now I'm going to give you my connection information. As an additional warning, you will only ever have to put this in once, but please be careful that it never is shown in front of stream, or else, I will die. So
192. Yep.
So go to File, go to Connect to Server, and then click on the thing that says Direct Connect tab. Fill in your username, which can be your name or your character's name. It doesn't really matter. And then fill in that information. The first number is the IP, the second is the port, and the third is the password.
If you type your password in chat, it auto-fills out as stars. See, I just typed Hunter 2, but it filled out as stars.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
Do
don't
we
really
need
do that. It's
username and
old
stuff?
joke.
Oh, wait.
Your username can be your name or your character's name. It doesn't really matter.
Can I change that later once I figure out my character's name?
Yes, you can.
Okay, cool. For now, I am me then. Whoa, stars.
I
I'm
should
in.
still see grass, right?
Yes, you should. Here, I'll give you guys the rundown real quick. There's 4 of you in here.
Oh god, it's blinging. It's
Oh,
blue.
Don't worry, I'm
Okay.
gonna fix that.
Fix it.
Okay. Go to the top left-hand corner. Go to Edit. Go to Preferences. Click that. Go to Sounds. Go to where it says Play System Sounds. Uncheck mark that so you won't die. And then go to
dying.
Interactions. Click back on that tab. Go to where it's in the middle where it says Tokens. Scroll down to where it says Stat Sheet Portrait Size and change that to 500. And then you should be set. And you hit OK.
Stat sheet portrait size.
Mm-hmm.
Under tokens?
Under tokens, yep. If you scroll down, do you see there's a stat sheet portrait size, and then there's a fillable box?
Ah, yes. And put it as what?
Put that as 500.
500. Okay.
Can I remove sounds, or is that needed for this?
Yes. To remove sounds, go up to the top left-hand corner, go to Edit, Preferences, go to where it says Sounds in that tab, and then where it says Play System Sounds, if there's a check mark there, uncheck it.
Yep. You saved my life. Thank you.
No problem.
Same with clips and streams. Get rid of that, or
The rest of that doesn't really matter.
I don't.
Okay. And then go up to the top left-hand corner again. Go to Window. And then you want to make sure that the chat box has a check mark in front of it. And if it does, don't worry about it. Go down to where it says Initiative. Click that. If it doesn't have a check mark in front of it, and then a little box will pop up. Put that somewhere comfortable. And then go back to the same window selection area. And go to Selected. And click that one. So you should have 2 windows added. Initiative and Selected. And Map Tools is completely like augmentable, so you can set up to be comfortable with however you want.
I cannot connect to you. Seems it's just stuck on connecting black screen.
Check the port.
Is the selection the one that
Right.
shows portraits when you mouse over and stuff like that?
I actually can't do anything.
The selection is where your macros will be.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So now I'm going to load up a map for you, and we're going to test everybody's connectivity to me. You should be loading a map now.
Everything is right, but I still can't connect.
We'll have to go over
It's
it again.
loading map 2?
It says could not load campaign. Hessian protocol exception. Unknown code for lead
Oh,
object.
God. I know what that is. Okay. We're going to have to sit down later and fix that.
Okay, that sounds
Can-
like
can
some
we?
crazy shit. All right.
Wait, can we show chat this now?
Yes, it should be safe to show now. All right, let me know when you're loaded. Should be loading Okogi Sieged.
Ooh, it's loading.
How big's this map?
It's pretty big because I need to test.
57.
I need to test connectivity to me. So
I always get hosed on map tools. Like I'm cursed, dude.
you did update map tools, didn't you, Devin?
Uh,
Ah, there it is. So you see that link I posted?
Yeah.
Do that.
Do what?
1.8.5. Yeah.
Yeah, click that link and then download the .exe because you'll have to hard reinstall the new map tools.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right, let me know when you're loaded.
Oh wow, I got to 57 out of 57. Now it's 116. What are you doing to me?
Yeah.
You realize this information has to go across the ocean?
Yes, I realize that.
Should I just overwrite it?
Yeah.
Or install?
Yeah, it'll save everything. Are you guys still loading though, even if you're not loaded yet?
Yeah, it's still loading.
Okay.
It seems like it's kind of hanging in like
Okay,
in the middle.
so the thing about it is that the first time you load, it'll always be longer because you're caching the assets. The more we play, the less load times will be because you'll already have the assets cached.
I'm doing the sieged one now. It's up to 110, 116, or 105, 116.
Okay, cool.
I think it's still going. It's hanging on 57, but we'll see how it goes.
If all
There's
else,
a number changing down the bottom right. Because I think it's downloading on the bottom right. I've downloaded like 1.5 gig of 2.5.
yeah, if it keeps messing up, I have a way to fix it. So,
Wow, this is a shit show. I have no idea where that installed to, nor who I am anymore. Just a moment.
Oh, things are happening.
What's the default directory for map tools? Oh my god.
Oh, I mean,
Does anyone know?
it should be documents, I think. All right, Ziggy's in. Excellent.
I'm in.
Yeah,
3 more to load.
Mine's kind of hanging, but I was hanging like where Ziggy was too, so I'll just kind of see what it does.
That's probably one of the bigger assets. I know this takes a while, but after we do it the first time, it won't be nearly as difficult because your assets will be cached and it'll be faster. Plus, in the future, if there's ever a big map coming and we're worried about load times, what I can do is I can send you the maps and you can load them like yourselves, like the actual file, and it loads like way faster, and then you'll be able to connect easily. It's probably what I'm gonna have to do with Devin.
Hey, that's if I ever get in. Failed to launch JVM. PC load letter.
Okay. Oh man.
We can do like before we get off the call, Devin. We can do like a little introduction to computers if you want to like.
I can help you, buddy. Don't worry, I can help you.
I'm in.
You in? Okay, good.
Listen, I'm old, okay, and the computers scare me. I don't understand what makes the magic box work.
For being
Just pay someone to
58,
do it
you're
for
doing
you.
really well.
That's usually my plan, but okay, I'm getting root bingy JLL.dll error.
Okay, so
That sounds like some Naruto error.
Right, it's probably not loading the proper directory file. So, oh geez.
I need to find the base map tools directory. And now that I've installed it, I can't find it.
The default directory should be under users, username, app data, local map tool.
Users, okay.
Here, I'll copy paste that for you.
Usernames.
Maybe Chevron 7 didn't lock.
App data local. Yeah. Okay. Cool beans.
All right, is everyone else loaded in?
Yeah, I'm in.
I'm in.
All right, so.
Yeah, I'm getting Benji.
Okay, do you see my arrow?
Yep.
All right.
Nice.
So welcome to Map Tools. If you scroll over these characters, you'll see that they'll pop up with portraits and information. Those are the player tokens. And enemies as well, and all that good stuff. This is what we will be using to play. Everything that your character will be doing and will have access to will all be automated on these tokens. These tokens will include your HP, your AC, your equipment, all that kind of stuff, macros. So if you click on Sunder, for example, and look in your selected window, you'll see a bunch of buttons appear called macros. Do you see those?
Wait, say that again?
Okay, go ahead and click on Sunder. Left click on him so that he's highlighted. And then do you see in the selected window, or the selection window, a bunch of macros appear?
No, I think it's for
okay.
something else.
Go to the top left hand corner.
Right, yep, got it.
Okay. And then now you should be able to see it when the selected window is selected.
Got it.
Okay, so that selected window will have all of the macros, which will have all of your abilities pre-programmed. For example, using his special ability Fire and Steel, and let's say he attacks with his new weapon, Roga Kariba. Boom. There you go. So that's his roll, which is 12 plus 7. You rolled a 12 on a d20, total of 19. His damage is 13 damage. And that's basically how everything will be relegated. It will all be automatically prepared for you. No worries, no muss, no fuss. Everything's handled. And that includes...
That's so easy.
Yep, that's all you got to do, and it'll all be listed out for you. Double click on Sunder. You should see a Notes tab, and then you'll see a bunch of stuff listed under his Notes tab. That is where your adventuring gear, your equipment, your items, and your spells will also be listed, and your languages. So all of your tertiary abilities, all of your equipment will be listed there and tracked there so that you can use it. And now, a quick tutorial of map tools. Go ahead and click on the map, which is off Sunder, and hold down spacebar. That's how you make an arrow. So that you can point at things like this. Like, hey, what's over there, Dungeon Master? Or, hey, what's going on over there? All kinds of stuff like that. Oh, Devin got in. Excellent. And then, hit Control Space to make a speech bubble. And you can use this to help differentiate your character talking. Now, something that we'll keep in mind... I don't know if anybody's actually seen me stream D&D yet lately, but there will be a new overlay which will actually show your character talking when you talk in Discord. So
that's so cool.
So essentially, we won't be using cams, but people will know who's talking because as you talk, your character will light up and will make a talking animation to show that you're talking. Yeah, kind of like that.
Right.
That's awesome.
And that's basically how that works. And that'll be on the overlay outside of map tools. And then shift space if you want to make a thinking cloud and get away with talking smack on people.
No one can call you out for this.
And also there's this, but don't ever use that.
What is this? Tell me how to not use that.
This is the finger. Control, shift, space makes the finger. The finger is only to be used when absolutely necessary.
Look here. Listen.
It is used to shame players for doing something dumb. Point at him. Anyway, it used to be that would actually kill my computer, but now my computer is too powerful and cannot be defeated by the likes of your fingers. So, all right, and that is basically the essentials of map tools. You now have everything that you need to play Dungeons and Dragons with me, gentlemen. Save for one final piece. And that is you have homework. Your homework is that I require you to provide for me your character's artistic representation. You will need to make character art so that I can make your tokens based off of that character art. But if you do not have access to any artists or knowledge of them, I have an entire artist community in my Discord, and they would be happy to accommodate you. Speaking of art, now that we've come to the end of session 0, as is tradition, there is fan art. If you would like to see it.
I would love to see it. Yes.
Oh, certainly.
Okay. Then I will provide that, and I will put it on the stream for you.
How's there fan art already?
Because that's just the way it is. Devin playing again.
Hell yeah.
The soul of the time machine god surrounds thee. Praise the stall Messiah.
Leave her office, dude.
All right. Well, we already have fan art made of Ziggy's character, the Aussie Metsu.
Oh my god.
There you go. There's
Show
your
me.
wood boy.
Oh, so good. Like, so pretty.
It's already happening.
That's amazing.
Oh,
Thank you.
Welcome to
That's
the
incredible.
hashtag Not a Vampire Club. You got a very long neck.
So good. The singer too.
Oh, here's another one of Ziggy's Whitewood Elf Onimetsu.
Oh my god. It's adorable. I am blown away.
Yeah, this is my Kappa Donk.
Freaking Capodile.
Devin's Onimyoji.
Cool.
Let's see. Somebody made Pestily's character. A hobgoblin plague doctor. Very cool.
So
Great.
good.
Sick.
Here's some more stuff for you.
Oh wow.
Another hobgoblin.
I think the Hobgoblin Plague Doctor is a sick idea.
Why, yes, I
think
would
people
like
have fun with that.
additional Aussie Metsus.
Yes. Oh,
It's
that's
also
so
going to be referred
good.
to as the Pod Goblin. Thank you.
I'm glad the hat is inspiring. I love the hat idea.
Here's a Terran if you made them a girl. Please don't forget how important dreadlocks are. More of your hobgoblin. Me eating a cow.
Yep.
Munch.
All right, Sequisha. Nat 20 drew your Terran Time Cleric.
Ooh.
There you go.
Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Fantastic.
Here's an animation of me doing the Pikish accent, the Pikey accent. It is short, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we go. If someone animates that fucking exchange, I'm gonna lose it, dude. Please don't animate that fucking exchange. Animate that exchange. Animate. All right, the door opens. A little bell rings as you enter. Ding, 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 ding. Hi, welcome to the O'Connor Archivist. Can I
Do you
help
guys have
you?
audio?
Hang on, I gotta grab some water. One sec.
I'm sorry, stripping.
Meant gin, probably.
Please don't be mad at me.
He just left shaking his head. 2 shots of vodka. I'm back. I
All
just
right.
took a hard swig of the bottle.
That's a great idea. I'm gonna get a drink too. Fuck it.
You know what? Good idea. Whoops, you're doing great. Whoops, yeah. Whoops, yeah.
Yeah, well, you deserve a beer.
I agree. You should all drink.
Are you gonna come for it now, eh?
Yeah, well, okay. Oh god.
There's no thing we do here for that, yeah. No, I know they're gonna want it. Get to take some scrolls down there. That'll get motivated real good. No problem.
All right. What how?
Well, the first thing you want to do, come over here, lass. I'm gonna get set up real nice here. All right, so you're gonna assist a wizard. You're gonna be a wizard. You're gonna be a Soki. Yeah, what you got here?
A Horizon Walker.
Oh, that's the Orca.
A Horizon Walker.
Hang on, that's a walker. Hey, better walk out. There's a bit of butter. See, whatever. Take it with a fuck, sweet. No. It's got a cast spell. Got that. Nah, it's not good, but straight up, mate. Go to bed. It's there. Got the long range, eh?
Okay, how much?
That was me doing a Pikish accent, and only Stripping could understand me. Oh,
I love the casual, just understanding response.
Oh, dude, your Onimetsu. That's fucking
So
sick.
cool.
Oh, wow.
I was thinking the hat kind of works for the like samurai vibes, which work pretty well here. Oof, so good.
Very
That's
cool.
amazing.
Oh, shit. Sijan. Ooh, that's nice. The tomato method. Your Terran Time Cleric, now with sweet ass dreadlocks.
Wow.
Your hard work is recognized. God. Oh, we have a group shot of you guys. And there you are. Made by Mad Reds.
Oh, that's so awesome.
He
Oh,
gave
wow.
the Terran Time Cleric Sequentia's mustache. That's fucking, that's awesome,
Wow.
dude.
That's killer.
That is so sick.
Man, we already have a group shot. That's great.
This is what it's like, man.
I love the artist.
This is amazing.
Another one of the Onimetsu. Tell me when you see grass. Oh my god. Oh, this is Devin's character's concept. Anoni Miyoji.
Ooh.
Very cool.
Yeah.
I like the staff. Yeah, so I'm thinking for it. It's awesome.
Oh, with the Lagerphone. Yes. That's so sick. Oh my god.
Nice, nice. And then finally, last one is a Terran Time Cleric. And there you go. There's your fan art of your session 0.
Wow,
you haven't
that's
even
incredible effort.
started yet.
I know. It's nuts. Absolutely
That's
mental,
so
mate.
cool.
Alrighty, so you guys got your characters locked in. You've got your campaign selected. Our schedule is locked in. You now can connect to me on Map Tools. That's it. That will conclude our session 0. And I will see all of you on June 21st
Can't wait.
at 5 p.m.
Cheers, mate.
CST. CST.
I'm excited.
Looking forward to playing with you all. It's going to be a huge honor.
Yeah,
I
I'm really
love
excited.
everyone on this call.
All
Great
right.
time.
I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for your
Right.
time. Thanks for your interest. I'll see you then.
See you,
Thanks,
mate.
Arcadum.
Bye.
Farewell, travelers.